sporadically at our own people. Then our boys, we are now angry. The volunteers, we now develop this anger in us that we have to chase them out. They ran away, taking Chinedu and Moshe alongside with them. They took their corpse.
Really?
Yes.
Even up to now, there's nothing about them we've heard.
No, Chinedu has been buried. Moshe has not been buried.
You mean they're still with the corpse up till now?
No, we have Moshe's corpse.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. You know, they later kept their body in this thing, that mortuary along Ishalangwa side. It's not alight. Okay. So when we now reached that tower, we sat down. We were eating plantain, roasted plantain with oil, I and Evelyn. So there was this group of an army, this squad of military personnel. They sat down there. You know, they too like women.
Yes.
They called me, babe, what's up? I comported. I'm fine. I sat down with them. And I called my friend to come and sit down with us because we know what we are looking for. And we have to do everything humanly possible to get that information that we are looking for.
Yes.
So I sat down with them. We were not discussing. They were like, so they were speaking Hausa. I don't understand Hausa, but that my friend understands Hausa. So she was busy recording everything because if I record it, they will find out what we are trying to do. So my friend was busy recording everything because she was the one pressing her phone. I kept my phone for them not to notice what we were doing.
Yes.
So after the recording and everything, they told us that where are we coming from? We told them that we are students of Umudike. They said okay, that they just want to tell us that we should just leave, as in we should take our things and leave that side for now because they are coming on operation, that you know that they love me, that they won't like anything to happen to me, all this thing. So to my greatest surprise, we were still there discussing 8 vans of military personnel passed heading to Afara Ibeku. We snapped it, but they didn't know because we are smarter than them.
Yes.
And we are 7 steps ahead of them.
Of course.
So we snapped them. After everything, we left. We went back to the palace to give our feedback about everything that we went to.
Yes.
So on getting back to the palace, first of all, I didn't enter the palace straight. I went to the barrack because there we have volunteers barrack and PSS barrack. So I went to the volunteers barrack.
Yes.
So reaching at the volunteers barrack, I saw Commando Buawa with General there. So I sat down with them. I was not telling General what I was not giving him the feedback of what he sent us. I was giving it to him. I was telling him everything he needs to know. So he not told me okay that he's coming. So our boys were withdrawing because at Afari Beku there, the home of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi we were divided. The places, the junctions were divided into tango. We have tango 1, tango 2, tango 3, and tango 4. That is the entrance. Anybody that has been to that place, we know that we have 4 entrances to that place, which we named it as tango 1, tango 2, tango 3, and tango 4. So our boys from tango 2 were withdrawn, telling them that they should come inside the barrack and eat because they haven't eaten since. So they were inside the barrack eating. Obuawa now called me, Cindy. I said, sir. He said, follow me to the palace because I wanted to change my trouser and wear track.
Yes.
I said, okay. I followed him to the barrack. He bring out his bag and told me that I should select the track that I want. I said, okay. I bent down, start selecting the track. Then he now went to the bedroom to take his bet. It's not up to 2 minutes. He went to the bedroom to take his bet. I started hearing gunshots.
No.
Different types of gunshots. These people carried armored tank. These people carried the one that they put acid. These people carried the one that they put hot water. It was as if we are in the 3rd World War. It's more than Third World War. And to my greatest, these people, they are, if you see a military man that has been in that has been in military, you will know.
Yes.
But these people are just newly recruit people to show you that these people they just recruit them because of us, because of the IPOB. Their uniform is very, very new, very, very new. So we were in the palace. They started shooting. Immediately they started shooting. Voices were coming. Voices. Everybody was commanding. Everybody now turned to a commander. Stay in there. Don't go out. Stay in. Don't go out. That was what we were hearing. They are here. They are here. They are killing us. Immediately Sonto Okonkwo start going live. Yes. I recommend him for that. It's not easy. Sonto, you will live to see Biafra. He say. So Sonto now go live. So we were hearing different types of gunshots. We that has been in the palace now, we don't have guns. We are peaceful protestants. So we carry them stick and said that we will use stick to fight them. I was like, these people are with gun. What are we doing with stick? Stick can't even do anything. Even knife can't even do anything. So I was just like, save us from here.
But at that moment you needed something to protect yourself.
Yes, at that moment we needed something to protect ourselves. Yes. I was just like, God, you've seen it. If truly you are the one that ordained this struggle, that means that we will come out in it alive. Remember, in the morning they have killed 2 of our men, Chinedu and Moshe. This was the 2 of our men that they killed in the morning. Then, when they started shooting, everybody, even people that were trying to escape, they killed them. They carried their corpse. I was there watching my comrades fall down in my front. They killed everybody. They killed Jack, the dog. To show you that these people don't even want to spare a life of any single soul there. They killed a dog. An innocent dog that knows nothing about anything. Dog is just an animal. It's just a part of security. Yes. They killed the dog, Jack. Even people that were in the barrack, they killed everybody there. Different corpses were there. So for us trying to escape, the people inside the palace, we were trying to escape the fence, because we were escaping through the fence there, and the fence there is barbed wire there. Yes. Before you escape, you must make sure that you drag your hands with the barbed wire there, because if you didn't, that means that you can't jump. So many people obtain injury. Yes, it has a very
This is Radio Biafra Sadek. Johannesburg is where you at, and we are the people of the East. I will hate to do this. I hate to do this because trust me, I was listening. This is the first time I'm hearing the first-hand information of what actually happened on ground in our leader's place. These are eyewitnesses. These are people who were there, who saw it all. But our time is up. Our Radio Biafra USA need to come in. But what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I will have all the time in the world, because we need to hear this whole story. It's very, very important. It's very lengthy, and we must hear it to see what they did to our people, to see how they killed our comrades, to see how they roasted them like animals. We need to see that, because when you listen and hear that, then you know that we have a fight, of course, to pick up. All right, let me just I will be back 1 second. I need to sort out something quickly. Very, very important. Very, very important. Let me sort out something. Oh, nada. Land of the righteous. Land of my originality. Land of the righteous. Biafra. Land of the righteous. Biafra. My home. My fatherland, Biafra,
night. Called by the name of God, the Creator. Wise men from the east, south, and the middle. Great Biafran people. We take killing to idol worship and we lost the faith of our God. And as we were lost in idol worship, the British entered in, trading on the Niger, exploiting your people, trading by barter. You give me palm oil and them soup, so them entered in. I brought in civilization, brought in your religion, and told us about America, and we embraced them. I never knew them got ulterior motive. With religion splitting us amongst our brethren, with denomination tearing us apart. Building churches, schools and hospitals. We never knew we had to pay this much to be your place forever. Oh, Lord, so we fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schisms. We fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schisms. But our lives have gone poor. At the very spot we left our Maker. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. I want Biafra. Land of the rising sun. Land of the rising sun. Biafra. My home, my father. The descendants of Abraham. Biafra. From Father Isaac. The rising. Descendants of Jacob. Biafra is a reality. My home, my fatherland. My original legend.
Why are you people lying? Why don't you tell them they want an independent Biafra? Oh, they're fighting.
This is Radio Biafra Sadek. Johannesburg is where you at, and we are the people of the East. Alright, welcome back once again. Of course, this is where we will leave it, but tomorrow you need to hear the story. You need to hear street talk. It's very, people really need to understand the importance of street talk. People need to understand what street talk is all about. Street talk goes into the archive and pull out history, pull out information that you are not privy to, and make you understand exactly what happened and what is happening. Most of us are in diaspora. We don't even call home. Some of us haven't been home for years. We don't know what is going on at home. That is where street talk comes in, and then it goes to the nooks and corners of Biafra land and sort out information and bring it to our doorstep. And today we were talking about what happened on the 14th of September in our leader's place. The shooting, the killing, the carnaging of our people. And this is what we are hearing this morning from eyewitness. Cindy Peters was live and direct the day it happened. She saw death in her eyes. She saw her fellow comrade failed right before her own eyes, and she is here to tell her story. Tomorrow I will start again from scratch to do street talk. As a matter of fact, I'm not doing a lot tomorrow. I will have Pastor Chris with me, and immediately I will just go into street talk so that we can hear this whole thing. Personally, it is the first time I'm actually hearing exactly what transpired in our leader's place. I'm talking about hearing it from the eyewitness. Apart from hearing from our leader, I've not heard it from somebody else who have told me exactly word by word, bit by bit, pieces by pieces, what actually transpired. And this is what we are hearing this morning. So sorry for interrupting it, because we have overstayed our time. And I thank our brother Ike Peters for understanding as well. Tomorrow we will continue with this. This is Radio Biafra Sadek. Of course, we are the people of the East, and Johannesburg is where we are. Thank you all for listening, and thank you for being with us throughout this program. And most importantly, thank you for making this program what is. Why? Thanks to our African rep. I'm talking about the new sheriff in town, our African rep, Tari Nami. Thank you for your presence this morning. We appreciate. I also want to thank our Southern African rep, who was in the studio as well and who gave us his own 2 cents. And of course, we appreciate him. Thank you also, my co-host who is here with me in the studio. I'm talking about Obus. He is indeed a man you can count on. He is our Urobo brother, and very soon he will be coming up on Motherland. He is the new host of Radio Biafra Motherland, which will be coming on very, very soon, this week or next week, as we are working to get Motherland across to you once again. Motherland is legacy, and we will not allow Motherland to die. All right. This is it, and I say, may Chukwu Kekabiaba continue to bless all of you. May he bless our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his deputy Mazi Chemefo. But most importantly, may God bless Biafrans all around the world, wherever they are. From me, Mazi K. Chukwu Onoha, together we shall see Biafra.
Fellow Biafrans, on the occasion Fellow Biafrans, on the occasion of your
Are you hearing me out there? It looks like I wasn't audible enough. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. My name is Mazi Iyke Peters. Iyke Peters are here from Nnewi. Nnewi is in Nnewi province of Biafra land. All right. This morning, I wouldn't tell you I came in late. I was hooked up also listening to the street talk, which was very interesting actually. But Iyke Kwanoha wants to continue tomorrow, so he's going to be there tomorrow again with the same talk. It's interesting because I don't know any of us who will not want to listen to that, because it's very interesting. Whatever we know about it, especially those of us in diaspora, is bits and bits and bits of pieces, and it could have been very interesting actually to listen to people who were on the spot. Eyewitness, that's what we call it. These are people that saw what happened. So tomorrow that will continue actually. I promise you, he's going to come back with it. He's going to continue where he stopped. But this morning, our leader had a broadcast yesterday, and customarily for me, traditionally for me, I have to repeat that broadcast, because when I'm recording it, I don't sit down to listen to it like most people didn't listen also. So the opportunity will call in for us, to be able to listen and follow whatever we are told to do. That's our modus operandi. That's the way we get our instruction directly from our leader. We follow his footsteps. That's what we do. So before we take off on today's program, let's do a national anthem before we go to listen to our leader.
When all the rising sun
right, one more time, I say good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, depending on your time zone. This is a Radio Biafra USA 2. We're taking a repeat broadcast of yesterday's broadcast of our leader. I'll take it to a point where I can make a few announcements and allow you to make your calls and say a few things before we sign off. Tomorrow, don't forget to listen to Iyke Chukwuanoha's program because it's going to be very important. Slating, walk in the street. These are people that saw what happened. People like me, I want to listen to it so regularly, honestly. If I had known he was on that program earlier, because I wake up sometimes late and I don't even listen before I run around. But when I found out what he was doing, I could have wanted to be part of it. But so tomorrow will give me the opportunity to listen to it. Let us listen to our leader's last broadcast. So, welcome to it.
Honestly, each and every one of you, including saboteurs, including damnable zoological animals, we welcome each and every person. Once you have your pen and paper ready with you, we shall, without further hesitation, proceed to present this very landmark program this very evening. You must pay very close attention. You must listen attentively and be able to appreciate where we are coming from. We are not like anything you have seen before. We are a special breed. We are not infected with the mentality of colonialism. We are not the children of neo-colonialists. We are not easily persuaded to tilt towards evil. We are upright. We are whiter than white and whiter than snow. We are unstoppable. We do not retreat. We do not surrender. The only thing we know is freedom for Biafra, and that is where we are heading to. And nobody, and I repeat, nobody, no bagger, no idiot is capable of stopping us. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't even matter if you possess nuclear weapons. One thing is certain. We shall do all we can diplomatically and, of course, peacefully to restore Biafra. Where that fails, any option the enemy gives to us, we shall gladly accept it and meet them even at a place of their own choosing. We must pray as always. But I must tell you who I am. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of Ipob the whole world over. I am the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television. And by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra, we are unstoppable. It doesn't matter what the enemy does. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Anybody who understands where we're coming from will appreciate our doggedness and our determination. We do not capitulate. Our destination is freedom. That very freedom should be found in Biafra, and that's where we're heading to, and no idiot is capable of stopping us. We must pray this very evening. Some people have written to me to say, oh, you're very high the way you speak. That is why some Ifulefus all over the place are crawling out, because when they go to work in the morning, when they try to speak, their white friends will tell them, are you not part of Nnamdi Kanu's movement that is making it impossible for some of you, or should I say, that have made us to understand that some of you are backwards, you do not reason very well. Anybody from the zoo called Nigeria is an animal because the name was given to you by a white lady. It wasn't given to you by your ancestors. If you say you're a proud Nigerian, it means you're a proud animal, you're a proud idiot. And I must tell you that to your face. Even if you don't like it, then when you go down, you reflect, you ponder, and you think over what I'm telling you, you will come to the realization that what I'm telling you is the truth. And you must repent from your stupidity, because we are not infected. You know, that stupid black mentality, we are not infected with it. In Ipob, we are of sound mind, very pure, very clear. We know what we are doing. We know where we are heading to. No amount of idiotic and hopeless distractions can take us away from where we're going to. No idiot can, not today, no, never, ever, ever. And we must pray this very evening. As I was researching this evening before coming on air, it should be your morning, your afternoon, or your midnight, something struck me. I came across a prayer for genocide victims. In this very genocide prayer, let me tell you the extent of the idiocy of some of our people, and of course, the conspiracy, global conspiracy against Biafra. You know, when you try to explain to our people that we have a lot of enemies, not out of our own making, we have a lot of enemies because of what Biafra represents, because of what it portends for the future of the black race all over the world, most of you don't understand. Now, it was widely acknowledged even by US papers and publications that what happened in Biafra was a genocide. But you know the funniest thing is that when you go through the list of the countries where genocide was committed, Biafra is always missing. The only people to recognize Biafra was Israel. In terms of the suffering and the pain we had to endure from 66 to 70. Benjamin Netanyahu a few years ago mentioned it during Holocaust Memorial. He mentioned, of course, the Jews of Europe and Biafra. Now, this evening, you know, the thing about the FUNEF is that they don't reason very well. They don't think very well. They don't reason. The thing about a fool, a traitor, is that a traitor doesn't reason. That is why all over the world, even in countries where where they no longer practice capital punishment, there is always capital punishment for traitors. Because you know one thing is that every FUNEF is an idiot. They don't reason very well. Now, ask yourself this very question. Why was the name Biafra deleted from the list of recognized people that have suffered Holocaust by the United Nations? Who are those behind it? Any day you understand that, then you will understand the magnitude of the problems that we have to encounter and surmount every blessed day in order to make sure that the message of Biafra permeates right through the subconscious of every living being on this very earth. These are the things that most people don't appreciate. These are the things that they don't even understand. But we are here to educate them. I went through the prayers. There they have the Nazi Holocaust, of course, in Europe. They mentioned Cambodia, there was Rwanda, there is Bosnia, there is Darfur, mostly, of course, Islamic. But there is no Biafra. Ask yourself that question, why is there no Biafra? Because of poverty of leadership. Because you have no leaders, you have people, all they care about is their pocket. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about your rich heritage. They do not care about your survival as a race and as a people. All they want to do is to contest for presidency. That is why we have our people in Benue. Igbo people are also scattered everywhere, cut into pieces. And nobody gives a damn. All they want to do is to line their pockets with the loot they have collected as a result of the privilege they enjoy in political office. All that nonsense is coming to an end because Biafra is coming. But we must pray before we proceed this very evening to bring you what we have in store for you. This is not an original prayer from me. I am praying a prayer that is prayed for every Holocaust victim all over the world. And today being the 13th and of course 14th, because tomorrow is our Sabotua Day, we remember the likes of Ohanese and Deatron and Dushi. We remember Igbo governors and the Fulefus in Lagos and in Abuja, those who ganged up to ensure that our people were killed. By this time last year, but you understand this very clearly, there will be no forgiveness when the time comes. They will face trial and they will be hanged in public. I am making it absolutely clear so they can intensify their treachery and their sabotage. But that on its own is never ever going to stop us. This evening we are going to pray. We are going to remember all those that fell at Isialangwa, everywhere, every victim of this very effort. In fact, we even remember those that died between 66 and 1970. But one thing is different with this generation. We are not going to forgive nor forget. We are going to keep hammering on this very issue until the world recognizes that Biafra did indeed suffer a genocide, and we did in fact suffer a Holocaust equal in magnitude to that which was suffered by Jews of Europe. The only thing is that Jews had leaders.
All right, my mistake. I think I put in the wrong one. I'm going to go back because what I told you I wanted to do was to do what happened yesterday, the broadcast of yesterday. It was sent in to me. Unfortunately, I am airing the last because when I listened to the prayer he's talking about the Sabotua Day, which has passed. But yesterday, I think this is what I am supposed to be giving you this morning, this one. All right, my apologies. I had given you the wrong one, the wrong tape, but this is the right one. Fortunately, I got it very, very late last night, and I went to pushing the wrong button. So stay tuned, don't go away. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're having a repeat broadcast of our leaders' broadcast of yesterday, Wednesday. That was the 16th of September, 2020. So we'll take this to a point where we can be able to make a few announcements for you and allow you to call in and make announcements for those of you who have things to say. So let's listen to our leader. Stay tuned, don't go away.
Good evening, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are. On the face of this very planet, once again, we welcome you to hopefully an exciting edition of our live presentation on this very day, this very Wednesday, the 16th of September, in the year of our Most High Elohim, 2020. The time now is 8 minutes past 7 p.m. in the blessed land of Biafra, and I presume the same number of minutes past the top of the hour, regardless of where you're domiciled. I welcome you, and I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because there is no other broadcaster indigenous to Africa that has the type of global reach that we command. No other broadcaster can boast of listenership in well over 160 countries and territories around this very world. Only Radio Biafra, only people who are tuned in to this very platform can partake in this offering of truth, an unblemished truth that will deliver all of us from the bondage and the shackles of Fulani Janjaweedism and British neocolonialism into an era of freedom, an era of sovereignty, an era of self-determination, in an era of hope and enlightenment. And as I welcome you, please allow me to encourage you to welcome all those who are around you as well. Your parents, your relatives, your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, because this evening we are going to be as incisive as possible, as concise as possible, as succinct as possible, as we dissect the very reason why we adopt the same stance and posture we've adopted from day one, which is to preach this gospel uncompromisingly. People say we insult them. And this evening I will tell you why I use the type of language that I use all the time. You can join us via our brand new app, of course, Ipob Community Radio, because I do know that most of you now listen via that very platform. We are also on FM in Biafra land. Even Enugu is on this evening on 102.1. We are live also on satellite. We are on Radio Biafra app. Some people are streaming us on YouTube. And we are also on tuning on Simple Radio, on Radio Garden. We are everywhere. If you wish to participate, you are more than welcome to do so, because if you come here without any prejudice, I can assure you wholeheartedly, you will go back enlightened. You would have learned something this very evening, morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And I must also encourage you to bring your pen and your paper with you. If you don't have those, then you're going to miss quite a lot. Our lecture this evening is going to be very, very deep. I want to tell you why I call the zoo the zoo. I want to also let you understand the reason why I refer to anybody who proudly proclaims him or herself as a Nigerian as an animal. This evening I'll prove it to you why I believe very strongly that the problem of black people lies with how their brain malfunctions. This evening I'll prove it to you. If you listen very, very attentively, your life will never be the same again after tonight's broadcast. That is why it is very, very important and necessary that you pay attention, and pay attention very, very closely. We are going to start with our prayers, because here we are nothing without the grace of the Almighty in heaven. We do not pretend to be something that we are not. We are mortals. The only immortal is Chukwukabiyama. Everything you see around you will come to pass. Even this sun that gives us ray of light and hope every blessed day. One day it will die. I think the scientists, they're saying in about 5 billion years from now, the sun itself will cease to exist. It will burn out, it will die. Everything that has been made will cease to exist. But one entity that will continue forever. Every praise and adoration. That is why I do not worship any idol. And I may say, anything that is man-made, I cannot bow before it, because it cannot make itself. Only Elohim is deserving of praise, worship, adoration, and adulation, and that's what we're going to do this very evening. You will bow down your heads wherever you are. After all, there's only one God in heaven. Every religion on this very earth believes in the existence of one supreme God. And it is to that God we give every praise and glory this very evening, morning, afternoon, depending on where you are. We pray in a time of grief. We pray in a time of remembrance of those that died on the 14th of September in 2017 as a combination of betrayal, of hatred, of he has converted to Islam because of election, because Fulani will rig him into power, because Britain will do nothing. Britain gave Fulani the power. They can do whatever they like. They can kill, they can anything. Fulani bandits can slaughter everybody. Britain can never say a word. Never. They've been compromised. Now, do you understand it? A pastor in a Edo State elections has now converted Allahu Akbar. They are now reciting the creed of Islam over his head. He wants to get into power. Do you see how they roll in Africa? Do you see why Africa is very poor? People have no principled stance on any issue. Nobody believes in anything and says, on this thing I stand, come hell or high water. That is why they endlessly spend their time speculating on what I am doing or what we are going to do. Do you understand it now? He's a pastor. That was what Ayu Adebanjo said. Because I went to school, I'm learned, I can put things together. When Ayu Adebanjo said that thing, I had to go somewhere to go and look for proof and evidence. And here is the proof and evidence. They have to go to the north. I didn't want to actually reference what Hope Uzodinma did. I didn't want to reference what Obiano did. I didn't want to reference what Bajabi Amila, whatever his name is did. I am going to what is happening now, not in the past. Edo elections coming up. The person representing APC, or should I say running under the banner of APC, has gone to the APC stalwarts in the north, Alamajiri, to go and get power from them. A pastor of the Holy Book, a pastor of New Testament. You guys are now hearing Allahu Akbar. Did you hear that? That is Africa for you. That is why I call Nigerians animals. This evening, every point I give you, you will agree with me that no group of people living under such conditions should be worthy to be called human beings. Not worthy at all. Now listen very carefully. That one is gone. He's contesting, isn't he? Now, his godfather is Oshomole, Adam's Oshomole. That's ugly orangutan. Let me tell you what Oshomole said about him. All of you have seen it. But because, you know, Africans, we have sawdust brain. Our brain do not retain information. It's like a sieve. You pour it in, it drains away. We don't retain information. I now want to ask you a question. And I want to ask Adam Oshomole this very simple question. In all my life in public service, I have never ever seen or heard a liar, greedy, corrupt, dishonest, and self-centered person like Iyamu, the same idiot that abandoned Christianity to go to the north to go and look for Islamic, should I say, glory, or should I say glorious path to power. His godfather that brought him out to Shomole said that this man who now left Christianity to go and join Islam because he wants to win election in Edo State, is that he has never in his life seen somebody or heard of a liar, greedy, corrupt, dishonest, and self-centered person like Iyamu. He's a fraudster, masquerading himself as a pastor. These are the words of Oshomole. That this man carrying the Bible, quoting Paul, quoting John, quoting St. Luke, the man is a fraud, as most of them are with the Bible. They are fraudsters, they are criminals, they are preaching the gospel of Christ because of money and nothing else. 99.9% of them. Listen, according to the person that brought him out, his godfather said that he is a self-centered person, he is a fraudster, using the Bible to deceive the gullible. He has gone to the north to go and receive the blessing of Islam because he wants to win. He wants to be rigged into power. Now the question is, why is Oshomole then supporting him? Why is it that somebody who is in Lagos State, Tinubu, is worried about Obaseki and now asking you to vote for Iyamu? Because he himself is a Muslim. So if they get a Muslim governor in Edo State, all good for them. Whereas some of you are looking at Nigeria as a project or maybe as a country, they see it as a religious enclave. And as I've said to some of you before, the leader of Islam in the zoo is the Sultan. The loyalty of Tinubu is not Afenifere, not to the Oni of Ife, not to the Alafin of Oyom. His loyalty is to the Sultan of Sokoto. If you don't know, let me tell you now. Because for them, religion takes precedence over every aspect of life. That is why they want a Muslim in Edo State government house. Do you understand it? And I'm going to tie all of these things up. If you're following and taking your notes, I'm going to tie all of these things up later on so you can see the game plan of the Janjaweed and those that are using to perfect their mission of conquest of the South. Oshomole, his godfather, called him a fraudster and a criminal who calls himself a pastor. Now this pastor has now gone and is now a full-fledged Muslim. He wants to get into political office. And I'm asking people, all of you that studied political science or that read civics or whatever it is this how election is supposed to be held and conducted? It's not based on the strength of your manifesto and your power of, should I say, conviction, oratory, and all the rest of it, your skills and your experience in life. Now, you don't need to possess anything at all. All you need to do is to go to Fulani and say, I will bring in Ruga, I will make waterways bill. Fulani can do whatever they like. They can kill. None of them will be arrested and you will be made governor of your state. Can you now see it? Do you now understand why I call Nigerians animals? Do you now see? Do you see the way they reason? Or lack of it? Do you see how foolish they are? None of them can remember what Oshomole said. If you cannot remember what Oshomole, what is the essence of you going to school? What is all this nonsense that you educated? Where is it coming from? You know that Britain themselves instituted rigging in the zoo from day one. How do you expect that country to be developed? How? They know that Fulani are the most backward, the least educated. They are not creative, they are not innovative, they know that very well. Why do you think Britain gave power to Fulani? Is to impoverish all of you and make your lives a misery forever and ever. You don't know that? Don't you know that? I'm asking you. I'm British, I hold the passport. You don't know that? But the truth must be spoken. I preach it without fear before any bugger, wherever you are. I preach it without any fear. Who brought reggae into the zoo? To the extent that now, if you don't bother yourself, go to land. As I'm saying this, I now have the name of who poisoned Dorakuni. I have the name and how they poisoned her. And you'll be shocked. He's an Igbo man and the wife that poisoned Dorakuni because he wants to be president. I have his name and I will reveal it very soon. I have all the facts and the details. How Dorakuni, it's exactly the same nonsense. Oh, you want to be president? You want us to promote you? Go and kill your sister. Look at Dorakuni, they go and kill her. And they did. That is the nonsense they want to try with us. They think they can come in through the back door and bribe a few idiots to try to destabilize Ipob from within. And say, I'll bring it on, try it. Let us see you. Come and try it now, let us see. An Igbo man and the wife killed Dorakuni because she said that Yaradua has died. Don't you aware of that? That is the same hegemonic monster from Fulani. They need to be in control. Britain said to them, don't care, do whatever you want to do, but retain that power. Retain that power. And that's not what they're doing. So all of you idiots with your BVC, ABC, P5, I'm going to register to vote. You are talking rubbish. Fulani decides who goes and who doesn't go. It's in broad daylight. After all, the Chief Justice of the Federation of the Zoo is a court clerk in a Sharia court. He's the Chief Justice. He did not go to any non-law school. No, not at all. In front of your eyes, you can see it, all of you can see it. Nobody can ask questions. You are there, mobbing foolishly and stupidly and claiming, I'm a Nigerian. We Nigerians, we need to move this country forward. You are an animal. Moving what forward? You're a fool that has no brain. You cannot listen properly. That is why I preach this gospel the way I do. Anytime, any day, any place, I tell you who you are to your face. There. Oshomole is the godfather. Look at what he said about his godson. You are a dishonest, self-centered person. And has he not proven it? Has he not gone, as a pastor, he has gone to the north to go and receive blessing from the Janjaweed. Allahu Akbar. I wonder what his idiot is going to preach on Sunday. Mad people everywhere. And as this nonsense is going on, I want the world to understand those that call themselves learned intellectual. I want to prove to all of you tonight that your brains are empty, you know nothing. You can go and recite English language from morning till night. You come to Facebook, you write your issue junk that you write. Your brain, your skulls are empty and you're not looking at it. Why am I saying what I'm saying? Because in Edo, they have an election in Edo. All of a sudden, trader money has come out for Edo women. You see how they buy your vote and your conscience, so that when they rig it, you cannot talk. That is why they do what they do. So when they rig the election, you cannot talk. They are now using trader money. Anywhere else in the world that is civilized, both the mask-wearing little boy in Asorok will be in jail. They will jail all of them for election interfering, for rigging. But I want the world to understand this evening that those that call themselves intellectuals, I want the world to understand how foolish they are and what is happening in the zoo. I need you to listen very carefully to this very news coming out of the zoo on the eve of Edo elections. Somebody can listen to me. Listen, please. Listen. Listen.
The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, has approved the disbursement of Microenterprise Enhancement Scheme, MEES, to 2,000 women and youths in the 3 senatorial districts of Ondo State. The small...
Are you listening? Maybe you didn't hear, let me play it again. Zoological Republic. Animals. They cannot listen. INEC is there. NAS is there. Our lawmakers, legislative lawmakers. We are what nonsense they call themselves again? The elite. In broad daylight, eve of elections, you are releasing money to go and bribe people eve of elections, and every baboon, every monkey with a degree in the zoo is there looking like the idiots they are. Do you see why I insult you? Now you understand it, don't you? Mad people everywhere. Let me play for you again so you understand. And there are lunatics everywhere. We are the elite. A monkey with a jacket. Elite is in my foot. Listen very carefully, please. They come out with music. So you be dancing.
The Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, has approved the disbursement of Micro-Enterprise Enhancement Scheme, MEES, to 2,000 women and youths in the 3 senatorial districts of Edo State.
Yes.
The small-scale enterprise program is under the supervision of the Honorable Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Mr. Festus Keyamo, SAN, organized by the National Directorate of Employment. Date, 15th September, Gloria National President. 16th September, Urumi Town Hall, Urumi. 17th September.
They're sharing money everywhere soon. That's their election. African style.
Chief Host, Director General, National Directorate of Employment, Dr. Nasiru Ladan Mohammed Al-Gungu.
That's it.
Women and Youth, Professor Iyke Iseyabu. The general public, Edo women and youth are expected to be in attendance.
Election in Nigeria. Zoological Republic. Do you see why I call them animals? This disbursement is not for Delta. No, because there's an election there. It's not for Ondo State. Nothing is happening there yet. Is it for Sokoto? No. It's for Edo. Why are you disbursing money in Edo to youth and market women? Because there's election. So once you collect the money and they rig the election, you come out on the street to protest. They will say, after eating our money, you're coming to protest as they did to show. They will shoot you. Do you see how they roll in the zoo? Do you see why Nigeria is a disgrace to humanity? Do you understand it now? Do you understand it now? Why I insult these baboons from the zoo? It's only now that the United Kingdom is waking up. We are going to, if you are caught rigging election, we are going to penalize you. Who are you? Is it now? When Biafrans were disenfranchised in Lagos, did you do anything? EU came, EU observers, they came, they saw that polling stations where Biafrans were in high numbers, should I say, in high concentration, were burnt and destroyed by Tinubu, destroyed with his thugs in Lagos. Everybody saw it. In Abuja, the same thing. In Kano, the same thing. In Kaduna, the same thing. In Zaria, it happened. Before your eyes, intellectuals, before your very eyes. That is why I call you monkeys. Before your eyes, you were disenfranchised. The same thing that Mandela was fighting for, 1 man, 1 vote in South Africa, in your zoo, in broad daylight. Despite the fact that Oyibo was there, foreigners were there, white people from Europe came, they burnt your polling stations. You did video on social media. Well, what is happening is not good. This country is not good. What is happening? The next day you wake up in the morning, as foolish as you are asking us to go and get our PVC. As if PVC ever made any difference. Now do you understand? Was it not how Obiano went to Jubril and took off his cap to bow before him so they can rig him back into Anambra governor's lodge? Did you know, all of you didn't see it? People were asked, why are you taking off your cap now? He wanted to pledge his loyalty. Was that not the same reason why Obiano had to send some people from Abga to go and beg that weasel, that Efrefri chief in our land, Atoeze, to go and beg him, because Atoeze said to him, for embarrassing me, you're going to be probed when you leave office. Because he has some Fulani friends, they will probe him. He sent some Abga people to go and beg Atoeze. You think we don't know all this nonsense? That is the zoo for you. Everybody is now in fear of Fulani. They terrorize you in your farms. They rape your mothers. They abduct your daughters. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. The whole world is silent. They rig. They come. They abduct. They shoot. They arrest with impunity upon impunity. And all Britain can say is, if you rig election, threatens electoral offenders. Who are you going to threaten? Who is that you're going to threaten? Do you see why I call them a zoo? People think I have no reason. It is maybe out of some say is ethnic bigotry. People who don't know English language, ethnic bigotry or whatever it is. That's why I'm insulting you, because you are fool. You are lower than an animal. I have proven it to you, haven't I? UK threatens election offenders with visa ban and asset seizure. How did they get the money to invest in the UK in the first place? You know they're criminals. This one is a pastor, he's going in now, they will rig him in. In the next 5 years, he will be buying houses in Dubai and everywhere. Nobody will ask questions. You're saying, I want to seize our assets. They know what they're doing. Some people enjoy the poverty status of Africa. People enjoy seeing their fellow human beings die of deprivation in Africa. They enjoy it. It confers upon them some kind of special status. They are more human than those from Africa. Now you understand it very well, don't you? There are even lunatics all over the place. Intellectuals, my foot, every idiot, every bagger comes on social media to write rubbish, claiming he's an intellectual. Every buffoon, every cockroach, every idiot with no brain. The same place where you were disenfranchised and broad daylight, you're coming out, and I'm campaigning for Ipob presidency, the same place you were not allowed to vote. How foolish can people be, for goodness sake? How foolish can they be? That woman has spoken of the Jezebel, the British Jezebel in Abuja, that sees no evil or hears no evil because she's corrupt. People are dying. British government has not taken any official stance on the terrorism of Fulani people in the zoo because of this woman. Because of her. Because of her, nothing has happened. Because of her. Her name is Catriona Lang. A woman, for that matter, filled with evil, supporting Fulani terrorism in broad daylight. No word of condemnation, not one single word from Britain that created that monstrosity called Nigeria. You have seen it. She is a woman. I don't know if she has a child or not. A woman. You would expect mothers to have some measure of empathy. And I'm asking this woman, when they are raping young women, when they are raping women of your age and abducting your daughters, as a woman, are you not touched? Are you not moved? Or they gave you so much money that you cannot speak. Now you understand them very well, don't you? Lunatics everywhere. We must preach this gospel of heaven in truth and every honesty. I am under oath to Chukwukika Abiyama to speak the truth always, regardless of the consequences. And that's what I do. That is why I never built any gang. I don't believe in all these people building their own little gangs, little cabal. I call you in the night. Are you with me? Rubbish. If you do what is right, you remain with me. Any day you misbehave, you're out. Ask anybody anywhere. Do I call in the middle of that? Say, oh, let's gang up against. Even those that claim they know me, they're close to me, I am more harsher on them than any other human being. It's all this type of rubbish. Fulani is close to Britain. So because of that, they can do whatever they like. And we know who their chief lobbyist is in the House of Lords. Why no? They are sharing money to House of Lords members, House of Commons, MPs. They're sharing money, heavy money all the time, heavy cash. I'm asking each other, tell me where else in the world the same level of impunity, carnage, lawlessness, and deprivation of life will be going on, and no UN hasn't said anything. UN. That Trump actually managed to speak was by force. Contrary to what some of his advisors were telling him. Because the zoo is busy sharing money to everybody. Sharing money to all of them. A woman is there as the British High Commissioner to the zoo, Nigeria, that they created. And women are being raped, abducted, cut into pieces. She has not offered one word. Let's talk about election. They think we are foolish. No, we are not. Now listen very carefully. There are those that said they will throw Igbo people into the lagoon, if you don't know. Some said that a while ago. I was rudely interrupted as we were broadcasting. I was very rudely interrupted. Please do bear with me. We must continue, please. We must continue. We must continue. As I was saying, this subservience to Fulani has continued. It has continued till this very day. And I will tell you something. There was a movie that was made by Peter Dochie. I didn't want to comment on this very movie, but I have to. I'm the first to do so because of this inordinate influence that the Fulani Janjaweed have over our people. That some of you underrate. You underestimate it. But every day they're eating inside you slowly. They are eating inside you slowly. Every blessed day, every blessed week, they are eating inside you. I want to make it abundantly clear to all of you who are listening that they have taken over the conscience of our people. Those that we call elders, those that should know better, those that who are sitting down and they can see something on top that a child who is on top cannot see. See how foolish they have become. The Shia people are being persecuted. It doesn't matter what your religious affiliation or persuasion may be. The way that El Zakzaki has been treated is awful. 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 And I will keep campaigning for his release. He's done nothing wrong. Do you know that they gave money to Peter Dochie to go and do a movie casting Shia as terrorists? And I'm sure if they increase the money, he will do one on IPOB as well. And I want to ask anybody, has anyone seen Shia militia anywhere with guns attacking people or blowing up people anywhere? Have you ever seen such thing happen as Boko Haram has been doing? He didn't do a movie on Boko Haram. He didn't do a movie on El Rufai that said he was paying foreign killers to stop killing people in southern Kaduna. No, he didn't do it. What he did is to go and do. Yeah, that is the thing about black people. When you are down, that's when they prefer to kick you because you know nobody is speaking for El Zakzaki. You know that his group is being persecuted. You collected money from the Janjaweed to do a movie to demonize them. The stranglehold. So it's not just politicians who are now going to the north, even movie actors as well. Once they have the money, once they pay you and to betray, and you immediately submit in the name of art. In the name of movie, I'm doing my job. Why didn't you do a movie about Maitasine? Why didn't you do a movie about Aisha Buhari and the corruption in Halliburton? It's only Shia they remembered because they're being persecuted. That is black people for you. That is our nature, and it's very, very horrible. It's very bad. Anybody who is in support of that very nonsense by Peter Dochie, I feel sorry for you. You have no soul and you have no conscience. You have no conscience. That is why you are black and you're evil. Any other place in the world, you will see white people campaigning for El Zakzaki to be released from detention. He lost his children. He was injured, blinded in one eye. And the only gift you can give him is to demonize him. Has El Zakzaki killed any Biafran before in the north? Has El Zakzaki bombed any church in the north before? You are doing a movie to demonize him because you took money. And tomorrow you say you are an elder. mad people everywhere, and they are. You don't know who we are. We speak the truth always, regardless of his. We speak it here. Evil is evil. Because of money, you sell your conscience. Evil is evil. For your information, I'm sure that the Shia have every right to be upset. We are not amongst those who will support such nonsense. We are not interested. We will not support such garbage. The same thing they did to Ohanes and the governors. And they demonized IPOB. They came out foolishly. From today, we prescribe the activities of IPOB. Idiots and the foreign in your forest, killing your mothers. Idiots. Fools everywhere. Now listen very carefully. There was a quote. Everything I've been saying so far is a prelude to what we're now going to do. And you listen very carefully, please. Only the North is qualified to handle sensitive posts in Nigeria. From a foreign man, Garba Shehu, who is the press secretary or is it special senior assistant to whoever is wearing the mask. That was the one that Aisha chased away and then later came back. They are part of the cabal presenting every fake news to the zoo and fake pictures. And you're gobbling it up like the animals that you are. Now listen very carefully. Only the North is qualified to handle sensitive posts in Nigeria. According to Garba Shehu, only the North is qualified, which means only the Fulani is qualified. And this North, I'm coming later on, includes Igbo people as well. I don't know if you know in Benue State. So you don't know that Igbos are northerners as well. Okay. That's what I'm trying to equalize by bringing lorry load of Alamajir into our land. Do you understand it now? Now listen very carefully. If you want to know those who are qualified for anything, we start with basic education. Is that correct? Let us start with education then. Let us look at the schools. Let us start with basic, simple education. Now, if only the North is qualified to hold sensitive positions, on what basis, I ask? After all, Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Lagos, Delta, Ogun, Abia, Edo, Osun, Oyo, Ondo, Akwa Ibom, Kwara, Ekiti, no northern state is here. Those doing well academically. Number one is Anambra. Number one. I want people, the world, I want, you both should look for something to translate for them when I speak the language of heaven. I want them to understand when we say that black people are foolish. This is a simple example. The best performers, the most intelligent, according to a table that they themselves compiled, is Anambra, followed by Imo, followed by Enugu, followed by Lagos, followed by Delta, followed by Ogun, followed by Abia, followed by Edo. But the people that came last, this is astonishing. I want the world, that is something, when I sit down and I look at the black people, I wonder, is it the same God that made other people that made them? Somebody who came last. Now listen, Borno, Jigawa, Bauchi, Kebbi, Sokoto, Zamfara, they came last. These people that came last, somebody is telling you that they are the ones who should be holding sensitive positions of state, and I'm asking, based on what? It can only be based on the fact that Britain gave it to them. Have you heard of such rubbish in your life before? Somebody who came last out of 37. These people that claim that they are the ones who should be in charge, they occupy all the last positions. They came last in a class. Imagine somebody, you went to university, you came out with a first class. Somebody came out with pass or failure. A 3. Not 2-2, not 2-1, but a 3. Let my people go result. And he proudly stood up in front of all the congregation and said to the whole world, please, in view of the poor performance of this very student, I think he is entitled to the highest position. I have never heard of such nonsense in my life. Only in the zoo. Now do you see why I call you a zoo? Garba Shehu, senior special assistant to the president of the zoo, whoever the idiot may be, is telling you that sensitive positions are meant to be reserved by sensitive. They mean the president, the intelligence chiefs, They mean the Chief of Army Staff, Air Force, everything, customs, they should be controlling it. They should be holding, and I'm asking him, based on what? What is your competency? Is it in academia? Is it in what? What is it? Please tell us. And I went to the simplest one which they published, which is a table, a league table of all the performing, all the states and how they perform. And somehow, those that came last are those who are holding sensitive positions in the zoo, and they keep asking themselves, why is the economy poor? Why can't insurgency be defeated? Why are we all suffering? They forgot that those that came last in the class are the people holding the sensitive positions, courtesy of British patronage. Cabal, people who are close to you. Fulani are close to Britain, so Fulani, guess they can do whatever they like. They can kill and pillage and do. Britain is there to protect them. Now, do you understand? Now, do you appreciate the enormity, or should I say, the gravity of the stupidity of Nigerians? Do you understand it now? Somebody without shame came out. The league table is there. It is there, please, and I want it published on my page. The league table is there, very clear, of unity, basic education. How are you performing? Anambra is number one. But Anambra is not entitled to hold any sensitive position. But on the same table, the last state there is Yobe. They are entitled to sensitive position. Tell me what type of God created such a place. God can create such a place. As if that is not bad enough. Despite the fact that we are the highest scorers, we are the most, it is here, and I'm not telling you fallacy, we are the most intelligent, the brightest, it is here by the league table that the zoo itself compiled, headed by a Janjaweed. We are number one. But now listen to this very carefully. Despite the fact that we are the highest scorers, do you know that Biafrans are not on the list of judges? I am astonished. Biafrans are not on the list of judges, to the extent that a group rose up to say, we are taking you to court. How come the people who academically they are number one, they are not qualified to be judges? It is those that didn't go to school, those that went to recite Quran, Babi Allah, they recite Babi Allah and Allahu Akbar, and they are in the bar. Allahu Akbar, and they move them to the bar. Do you understand them? This is a place where a human being that claims he is a professor, somebody who claims an academic, an intellectual, an elite, will wake up in the morning, he will wake up and say, I am a Nigerian. Now listen very carefully, please. Appointment of judges. Group heads to court over non-inclusion of Southeast. Now listen very carefully. The Registered Trustees of Social Justice and Civil Rights Awareness Initiative has instituted a legal action at the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja over the non-appointment of a Southeasterner as a judicial officer in the Federal Capital Territory High Court. None whatsoever. With those that claim the elite, all the CTOs in some Facebook groups, they are elite. They've been excluded from the judges. Despite their brilliance, despite decades of producing legal luminaries and enlightened minds, they are not qualified to sit on the bench. But people that went to nomadic schools, they are the ones who are there. The same fool, the same buffoon will wake up and say, I'm a Nigerian. Do you see why we speak the way we do? Do you now understand the gravity of your idiocy? Do you now see how foolish you are? People are you claim you are a Nigerian. You are a stakeholder. They say, oh, unity, let's unite in one Nigeria. And now they have changed it. Of course, we have an ambassador. They've changed it now. It's now I don't know what the new name they're now going to give it. One Nigeria, unity, let's unite. This thing now the China is doing, this thing the IPOB is doing. I am asking you, how come somebody, a former cattle header that went to elementary school is a judge, but you are not? You claim you're elite. What type of elite are you? What type of animal are you? I ask. Is it very clear now to people? Is it very clear now to the whole world? Do you now understand? It's when I get to this point that Facebook begins to cut off people and begin to mess up. It won't surprise me if they try to cut off the program, of course. They don't preach the truth. That is why they are doing their damn best to suppress us. Now you understand it, don't you? They are called the elite. We are the elite. Elite, elite, my foot. You are nothing. You are a fool and a lapdog. You are a fool. The more you talk about sustaining one Nigeria, the more miserable your idiotic life becomes. You are not fit to be judges, but you are number one. In terms of academic qualification, intelligence, everything, you are number one. You are number one. All over the world, people, the whole world are beginning to not hide from time immemorial. They know how special we are. That is why Britain, the hatred that Britain has for Biafra, I'm not even sure that it can be exhausted in this life. They will take it over to the next life. Why do you think that is the case? Because we are intelligent, naturally gifted. Intelligent race. That most intelligent race in Africa is not qualified to be judges on the bench. And you're telling me that all is well. That somebody can, I'm elite, we're the elite, we sign up to one Nigeria. This self-determination is not for, we say idiots everywhere, fools everywhere. They are going to go to enforce their fundamental human rights and Southeasterners to have a judge, at least one person sitting on the bench. That is how low the Fulani Janjaweed have reduced all of them. I need confirmation, please, that Facebook is working, because here it has frozen. I need confirmation, please, that it is working, because it has frozen. On this very end, it has frozen. It is no longer working. It is no longer working, please. I need confirmation, please. I need confirmation that our Facebook is working, please. I need confirmation, please. Very, very important. Very, very critical, please. That I want to know if it is working, please. I need to know that it is working. I want to know if it is working, please. Try to give me information regarding it's frozen. Here I can see it is frozen. I do not know if it is working or not. I do not know if it is working. If it is working, fine, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Is this working? Okay, it is working. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the confirmation. Thank you very, very much that the Facebook is working. We are preaching the gospel of heaven as Elohim directed us to preach. Now we are coming. I don't know how to preach this gospel so people can understand. Do you see how slowly but surely from 2015 to now, how Fulani have usurped, emasculated and rendered everybody useless and hopeless? Now listen. They deliberately, this is something I want, this is why people should please try to understand us. They should. They owe us an apology. I think that majority of the Sioux idiots who don't understand what we are doing, they owe us an apology. So all these years they've been running down the petroleum sector, NNPC, the refineries, everything. It is to give monopoly to one of them, to Dangote. So today, brazenly in the open, I even heard $10 bought Ferrari for the children based on Biafra land oil. So when I see any Ijaw man, I wouldn't say woman, a few of them who are misguided, when they talk rubbish, and some idiots from Ogoni, when they talk rubbish, I say to them, Otedola has bought his daughters 3 Ferrari cars. The worth of one of them is more than the entire Ogoni budget for 5 years. And you're busy talking nonsense every day. Otedola managed to buy the cars for the daughters based on the oil and gas coming from Biafra land. But you, as a complete traitor and idiot, you cannot see it. You are blind. Oh dear. They have given Dangote the license to build. He's building a refinery, and then after that he will sell the petrol to everybody at exorbitant prices. Fulani will also control the resource in our land. Unbelievable. They control us religiously, they control us socially, culturally, politically, everything. That is why I say that this present crop of leadership, especially those in Ohanese, is the worst the world has ever seen. This period will go down in history as the worst phase of our people on this very earth. In broad daylight, they have intellectuals. Dangote is building a refinery, and that refinery is going to sell petrol to everybody at the going rate all over the world in broad daylight. And I was expecting the so-called intelligentsia. What happened to the 4 refineries? Why are they moribund? Because Fulani are in charge of all of them. And these are the people who should be holding sensitive positions. And I ask my people, up until when? When are you going to wake up? All of you, are we that foolish? When will you rise up and say no to this level of mediocrity? When, I ask you? Ndara, when? Intellectual, 4 refineries shut down. And it's going to get worse. Dangote given free reign, a monopoly, richest man in Africa, a monopoly. A man whose job is to launder money for corrupt politicians in this world. Everybody knows that. Nobody is investigating him. Nobody, no soul. Now you understand it, don't you? Now you understand it, don't you? You see the mess your elite. I'm talking to the so-called elite. Okoko, if you cram dictionary for 2 or 3 days, you come out and say you're elite. You carry office flat fire and not bring the car home. Dangote is building a refinery. He has the license. Nobody else was given the license. The same thing Obasanjo did during the mobile phone revolution. They never gave any license to any woman. You come out the next day, I'm a Nigerian, I belong to Nigeria. This is one Nigeria. What IPOB is doing, you should question them. The crown was, you are an idiot. Dangote has a monopoly over everything, over your own life. And see how the Fulanis are cooperating. As they are overwhelming all of you, they cooperate, they sponsor their bandits, they sponsor their terrorists, they sponsor their headsmen, all together, one together, no traitor within them. They are all working. You can never see anybody from there come out to criticize the monopoly of Dangote. If it is in the south, you see every idiot on our way, fools everywhere. Has anyone come out to say that the zoo runs a capitalist economy and that monopoly is a very bad thing? There is a law in the USA that says anybody who operates a monopoly anywhere in the world, once your leg touches US soil, you'll be jailed for 25 years. I don't know if that law is still there. This man, who is a criminal, of course he is, runs a monopoly in the zoo. You're all happy calling him Africa's richest man. I bet if this man was a Biafran, oh my God, people in this village will rise up against him. This is how foolish all of you are. I'm asking you, has anyone heard any dissenting voice against Dangote's? Look at how all the Fulani ministers, the Fulani presidency, everybody's behind him. Can you learn something from Fulani? Learn something from them. is going to build a refinery. And how much is petrol in the world market? By UK standards, it is about £1.20. £1.20 is nearly 500 naira or more. So when he finishes, he will sell petrol at 500 naira per liter. And if you protest, they will arrest you, they will kill you, and Britain will say nothing, because Britain is also benefiting from this fraud. Now, do you understand it? I don't hate anybody, I'm just telling you the truth. Black people are treated the way they are treated because they are foolish. Black people are treated the way they are treated in Africa and elsewhere in the world because we are backwards intellectually. We are genetically inferior to other races. If we are not inferior to other races, tell me why 4 functioning refineries, 4 and not 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. They close all of it down to allow one single man who is Fulani to come build his own. Hey, Chineke, man, come on, for goodness sake. Come on, people cannot be that foolish. You can't be that foolish. Facebook has shut down my notifications. They don't notify people when I post. They wrote to me and they said, we are going to suppress your page because you said that Buhari is dead. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? They wrote to me, we are going to suppress your page because you've been saying that Buhari is dead. And according to one Yoruba boy and one Igbo boy, one Yoruba boy, one Igbo boy, Buhari is not dead. And I said, save me all this hassle. Bring him out and I will resign from my position. Nobody can these days, they even photograph him without his hands anymore. Dangote is building a refinery that will sell petrol to you at the rate of 500 naira per liter. The petrol that comes from, crude oil that comes from Biafra land. Unbelievable. And people from there saying they want presidency. They want one Nigeria. Oh dear me. Oh dear. Is it in the cow meat? Is it in the cow meat I asked for one? Is it the cow meat that you eat that has turned your brain upside down? You can no longer reason properly. You can no longer reason properly. Why are the refineries not working? That is the question any sensible person should ask. And I'm asking that question this evening. Why would you shut down 4 refineries to allow one single Fulani man, to have monopoly over refined petrol? Why? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question. This evening I'm going to reveal something to you. It's only meant for those who can reason. Because of course I know that most black people cannot reason very well, especially the animals in the zoo. But those of you who are brave enough to be listening, to still be listening to us, despite all the shenanigans of Facebook and the forces of iniquity and of darkness. If you're brave enough to listen to us tonight, your life will change, never be the same again. Why the refineries in Nigeria will not work? It's a headline, go and Google it. Why it will not work. Now listen. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva, announced this news was released on the 27th of February 2020. Please listen very carefully, please. Listen very, very carefully. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva, announced the federal government's plan to rehabilitate the country's refineries. Against the backdrop of this announcement, experts in the petroleum downstream industry have said that the government lacks credibility to restructure the sector and bring the refineries to full operation. Now listen please. The country has 4 refineries with 524,000 barrels per day capacity. However, in the last 20 years, yes, 20 years, 20 years, the refineries have had a poor operating record. And in most cases, they've been shut down. Now listen very carefully. This was Timipre Silva. He's from the south. He's a Biafran. He's saying that we want to reopen the refineries. We want to rehabilitate them, refurbish them, and get them and put them back into proper use. Are you listening? Now please follow the next news. This is a Biafran. He wants things to happen. That news was in February. Get your pen and paper, please. In February, Timothy Silva, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, said, we want to turn around the refineries. Please listen carefully and write it down. Write it down. February 2020. And now in April, on the 8th of April of 2020. 8th of April 20. You see, February, January, February, March, April. Timothy Silva said this made this unfulani statement in February, saying they will strive to revive the refineries to provide employment. You know, the usual thing that goes with it. Some of you may not know, but 4 refineries will employ thousands upon thousands of people. There will be other spin-off industries as well. It's called economies of scale, if you know what I'm talking about. And people will be employed, and good things will go around. But they shut all of it down because Fulani believes in suffering. They believe in a feudal system. Only a few people should enjoy. The rest should go to hell. Now listen. On the 8th of April, 2 months after the statement by Timothy Silva, Nigeria to shut down its oil refineries in upgrade effort. Listen, they're now shutting it down. After saying they'll revive it, they're not going to shut it down. Now listen. Nigeria has decided to shut down all its oil refineries as it works to secure funding and a model to upgrade them. The head of Nigeria Petroleum Corporation has said the 3 refinery sites in Africa's largest oil exporter have worked only sporadically due to years of underinvestment. It has been working to revamp them, but has struggled to find external financing to do so. Today, after proper scoping, this is a quote, please. Today, after proper scoping, which was not done in the past, we know exactly what to do to get them back on stream, according to NNPC head Mele Kyari, Fulani man, Abba Kyari's family, head of petroleum. Has it worked? No. Have they revived it? No. They have shut down 4 refineries. We have shut it down. So to enable another Fulani man own a private refinery and to keep answering the richest man in Africa, holding meetings with Bill Gates and all the rest of them. Fulani people, the best brains you have in Africa. The answer is no. They're probably the last. Are they known for their business acumen? The answer is no. Are they known for their academic brilliance? The answer is no. Are they known for their influence in arts and literature? The answer is no. So how come the richest man in Africa is from Fulani tribe? Because they cooperate. They know if they come to compete with you on the academic front, you beat them. On business front, you beat them. So they reinvented feudalism to confuse all of you. So as you are foolishly busy in the south shouting one Nigeria, they are busy emasculating you, destroying you both physically and mentally. That is why in a country of professors and dons, 4 of the country's refineries were shut down to enable one Fulani man, one person, to build his own refinery. Hey, Ndishoji, black people from Africa, the most useless race ever on the face of this earth. Shame on all of you. Very big shame. But we are here to expose all this nonsense, to let you know that Biafra land can never be impossible. Look at the way Ipob is run. Biafra land will be a tight ship. You don't mess up, you don't mess around. No matter who the bagger is, you don't. Now listen to me this evening, please, I beg of you. They have introduced another thing again in the oil sector, because they only live by oil. It is called oil swap contracts. Now listen, this is the height, this is the greatest level of stupidity known to man. This is happening under Fulani presidency. There are some of you are saying, one Nigeria. I want you to appreciate the depth of your ignorance. I want you tonight, if you are not used to prayer and fasting, go and do prayer and fasting for God to reveal to you why he created you in Africa, where the most useless people on earth reside. Now listen. NNPC, Fulani, they have come up with a new deal. Now listen carefully. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, run by Fulani of course, has announced a 6-month extension of its contracts with private oil firms to swap crude oil for fuel. Hey, how do I explain this in English so that people can actually understand? According to a media report from Reuters, the affected oil companies renegotiated the price of the agreement due to changes that were made in the prices of petrol in the country. You know what they have done? Hey, Fulani William Madubiko, Fulani is hey, zoo. Do you know from this is elementary chemistry? From crude oil, you get kerosene. You get premium spirit for your car, which is fuel or petrol. You get diesel. You get engine oil. You get hydraulic. You get some plastics and all the rest of it. You get all these things. You get grease. Everything to do with oil. You get aviation fuel from crude oil. Is that correct? Please, I stand to be corrected if I'm wrong. From crude oil. I'm not a chemist. From crude oil. Crude. That's why it's called crude, because it's not been refined. When you refine it, kerosene comes out. From that crude, petrol will come out, paraffin, everything will come out of it. Do you know what they have done in the zoo? Now they are saying, how do I explain this so that people can actually understand? They are now going to, if you're a contractor, you supply us with fuel, only petrol for cars, we are going to give you crude oil in return. I can't, the arrangement is so foolish. God knows, I can't even get my head around it. I am now going to give you 10 barrels of crude oil for 1 barrel of refined petrol. I can't share. It's here. Somebody should please Google it and share for the world. I want the world to understand how Fulani, how their idiocy has affected everybody. I just want them to know. I can't. My brain is gone. I'm telling you the truth. I can't explain this in English. I can't. I want most of you to see. I don't know. Even in Igbo language, I can't explain it to you. I can't. That crude oil comes from the ground in Biafra land that Britain gave to Nigeria, and from that crude oil, with 4 refineries, they can refine this crude oil and get all these other derivatives from it. But we will not refine it. We close down our refineries, and now we go and negotiate. These are all they all own the companies of foreign people. We now go and negotiate with foreign companies which they own, and we now give those companies crude oil. Then we take refined petrol from them and kerosene. I don't know if I've been able to explain it. I don't know how to explain. I can't explain it any further. That is the depth of idiocy that people live in Nigeria. That is why I call them animals. Not that I hate anybody, but when people exhibit this level of idiocy, believe you me, animals are better than them. Animals are better than them. I can't, seriously, I'm now having headache. I can't get my head around it. You give somebody crude oil and you take petrol from them. You give them crude oil and you take kerosene from them. You give them crude oil and you take hydraulic oil from them. I know I can't explain it. I'm sorry. I can't. No, this is I don't know if there was any doubt before that black people are useless. This is it. No, I can't explain this. It's full and they're in power. 4 more years. 4 more years of this level of idiocy. 4 more years. Seriously, can you believe that? Can anybody in their right mind believe that? I don't believe it. These are the people that said they must hold sensitive positions like NNPC. Do you see what they are doing? Do you see what they do? Can you observe what they are doing? And somebody will say, I am an elite, I am a professor, and I believe in one Nigeria. And I keep asking, what is it about the zoo you believe in? Tell me one thing that is good about a damnable zoological republic. Name one thing. They take crude oil and they give to companies. The news is here, and then you take petrol from them. I have never had, I can't for the life of me. God, are you punishing us or what? Why mix us with Fulani? What type of punishment is this? I don't understand.
Yeah, with that, I have to shut that down. This is unbelievable. You say it's mind-boggling, honestly. Like I keep saying every day, our leader, Mazi Kano, I don't know, he's a kind. The God that created this guy and gave him this energy to stomach all these things is unbelievable. For some of us, when I listen to it, it's mind-boggling, honestly, because we are not getting anywhere. In the past, I've been saying it that until these people are not going to stop. Do they look like they're going to stop? No. Every day they're adding more idiocy in what they are doing. And we are all here watching. I am happy that once in a while our people are waking up, but they're waking up too slow. Snail, Ejuna, the way he crawls, that's the way they are going. But we hope that we stay to keep our eyes on the ball. Biafra is going to be with us regardless of what they say. Yesterday I picked up a clip and I was listening to it, and this man was making a lot of points. We are dealing with a bunch of idiots that don't know that they are idiots. Honestly speaking, intellectuals are being led by intellectuals, because that word intellectual, I'm using it in parentheses right now, because I am not really sure that these are people who are really intellectuals, honestly. Because if they can sit down there and a Fulani illiterate, even using the word illiterate with a Fulani person is a blessing. Theirs is beyond illiteracy. It's beyond something. It's incomprehensible. It's something that you cannot really explain what they are. But you know something? They are doing things and it is working for them. My friend just once said, we're just stupid. Doesn't look at our role for you, but not now. You cannot walk, because the truth is that we are so silly, we are so self-centered. We're just everything negative is on us. That's why we're not able to see. Okay, we have a leader, we have somebody who's talking to us. Why can't we listen to him and follow him? We are just running around in a circle, and they keep doing the same thing over and over and over, and nobody is thinking. If a pastor can become Alakuba, somebody who's tying his hair with, we have serious problem in our hand. I'm telling you honestly. They don't even care. They don't even pretend. You are pastor today, you are imam tomorrow. So what are you doing? You're pursuing the same money. You're being run around, led by illiterate people who are not educated. They go in there, they take out a legitimate judge, and they put in somebody who did not even go to law school, somebody who's a Sharia judge, and nobody says anything. All the top SAN, they come when they talk. You see, the point is, I don't even think that these people are illiterates. I think their problem is selfishness, because none of them will speak until it comes to his doorstep. When it's on the other person's doorstep, he doesn't talk about it. He's waiting. The only time he raves and gets up and starts shouting is when it affects him personally. And a lawyer is supposed to be an officer of the court. He is there. In this country, I see it happen all the time. Lawyers advise fellow lawyers. They are running in a case, and their case is there, and they don't find something to, they push a piece of paper across, telling him where you can find this. Because something, they are trying to make sure that justice works. That's what it is all about. Not in our own case. You know that something is wrong, you will not talk about it because the alamajiri is not on your door yet. When it comes to your door, that's when you speak up. That's when you tell us that you're very brilliant. You're such a great lawyer. But all the while you have the information, you're only waiting for it to come to your doorstep before you do anything. We are done. However, Biafra is here to stay, and regardless of what anybody says, we don't want break up. Let me say they won't break up. We don't already go. There's nothing anybody can do about that. It is Karim Idris, Nigeria Jaga guy, is doing real good. So he is telling us the way it is. This is what we are talking about. Everybody in that country, especially those of us who are supposed to know better, that is where it's very painful. When I see our own people who are supposed to wake up and start speaking, they are not talking. But anyway, they are changing these days. When there's a deal, I heard what they are saying. They are not speaking. They have not. They cannot be trusted though, because you know one thing. As you know, most of them are owing something to these people. That is why they are unable to speak. They know that what our leader is saying is right, but they have gone so deep into this thing that they don't know. The likes of Ojo Sokalo, Buta will listen up and down. You know, we know that the man is hooked. He doesn't know how to get away from this hook. It's almost impossible. But if I say when you are gotten to a point where you cannot help it anymore, I say say it out, because nothing will happen. Nnamdi Kanu is still there. They try to kill him, but did they succeed? No. Because Ezioku na bakute. Ezioku bakaza. He is telling the truth. There's something anybody, you can grumble all you want. You can hate him all you want. You cannot help it, because you go to your house after you hated him, you go to your house and ask yourself a question. Our people are there struggling. They want to be president of Nigeria in whatever year. I don't know how they expect to. You know, there are many of them out there who I know within their conscience, even they are married, they have wives. Their wives, they say, oh God, this area, even though I want to be first lady, but this thing is getting beyond my understanding. We are in the wrong path. The man was always a man, you know, the ego will carry him to show that he is in charge. But if you are not because it's like a snail. The water was going out of the snail. It's the same thing. You know, you people have gone beyond the point where a pastor will be a pastor today and Muslim tomorrow. And you are still hoping that you're going to be there. All of you are man towel nisi now, because you go first of all man towel nisi before you think of becoming the president or getting anything from these people. We see it coming. We pretend as if it's not coming. It is coming. It is with us. I will just play you one more clip before we can allow you to make your calls. I had to turn. Unfortunately, we didn't start on time, but there was a very great program that was going on in radio with our brother Mike Obi, and I hope tomorrow he's going to continue. It's a street talk, that's what he called it, and it's very interesting because I think I'm going to have to listen to it tomorrow myself. All right, so let me just give you this, because our leader spoke something about, is it Bamila or something? That guy is a criminal. That guy in this country, the Supreme Court convicted him. That is somebody who will not ever stay in the government office anywhere in the world. But you know what? He is a speaker of the, I think he's something great. I don't know what he is, but I listened to this guy yesterday. I'm just bringing this clip in just for us to listen to it and see the person that he's talking about. Listen to him.
Important thing and the most shocking thing is that Nigerian people seems to be very scared. If you want change, if you want to move from point A to point B, you must leave your comfort zone. It is because President Muhammad Buhari and the National Assembly feel they have conquered the Nigerian people. That is why the president and the parliament is now dishing out all sorts of political and economic abracadabra, because they know the people cannot do anything. You want good governance? You don't want to march on the street. You don't want to stand and speak for what you believe will be right for you, your generation, your children, and everybody. How did the parliament, in less than 1 hour, shock the whole world and approve $22.7 billion in foreign loan, and on the same day approve $5.5 billion in foreign loan for President Muhammad Buhari? And let me say this very clear. This proposal for $22.7 billion was brought under Bukola Saraki and Dogora leadership of the parliament. They asked government for details of this borrowing plan, including the project, how viable are they. The president couldn't meet up with the demands of the parliament. It was rejected. And now they have brought in Ahmed Lawan. Just like we always say, that they brought them in to act as political hallelujah boys. If not, tell me the reason why Nigerians were waiting to see the Senate, discuss robustly the issue of borrowing $5.5 billion. Only for Nigerians to wake up and now see that they have smuggled in $22.7 billion, so that Nigerian people will not know. Before you know, they said they have approved it in less than 1 hour, both the Senate and the reps. And this recklessness is so painful in the sense that this is a government that is going about borrowing money, junketing from one street in China to IMF boardroom, asking for loans. Now, when you borrow $22.7 billion, it is shocking that inside that borrowing plan, $500 million will go to renovation of NTA. What kind of rascality is that? You say you don't have money. You say the republic is broke. We're facing a health and economic problem, and then you go and borrow money that you don't even have the resources to repay back, and then you waste it on repairing NTA that is not commercially viable because they pay only government bills. And not only that, you're going to spend part of those money on so-called digitalization of data of EFCC and the National Identity Management Commission with over 70 billion. Is this what Nigeria needs at this particular moment? And then the painful part of it, to show you that the parliament have been highly compromised politically. The parliament is getting 27 billion naira to renovate the National Assembly. Ask me, you reduce the budget of health in this period of health emergency. You can see how the government is thinking. You need to understand how Buhari and the Senate and Rep people are thinking. You reduce the budget of the health ministry, which is very important at this particular moment that we have health emergency. And when you reduce the budget of health, what did you do? You allow the Senate to go and take 27 billion naira to go and renovate the chambers of the National Assembly. Of what use is that? Has the place decayed? The place is still very strong, and they have a yearly maintenance fee that they have been spending in the last 10-15 years. So you can see that the president does not understand the reality on the ground. He is still on an economic reckless spending. Because if the president is not reckless in terms of spending, there will be no justification to be begging for loans on the street of China and boardroom of IMF, only for you to get the loan in this time of hardship, and you take 200 billion to repay NTA, and then you take over 70 billion to match the data of EFCC and the National Identity Management Commission. Then you take 27 billion and give Ahmed Lawan and Femi Bajabamla for them to repay the National Assembly. So you can see that it was because the president allowed the parliament to get away with a frivolous 27 billion renovation of National Assembly that the parliament in less than 1 hour approved a reckless borrowing plan. Not to talk about the fact that we are in court over this borrowing plan. Tomorrow the court is supposed to start hearing on this matter. They rushed yesterday to say they have approved it. And then in that approval, there is lopsidedness in the loan itself. You have a loan that is over 11-12 trillion, and most parts of the country, especially the southeast and part of northeast, was not captured. And these are the things that breed the disunity and the lack of national cohesion. When you make divisive this loan is going to be paid by generation yet unborn, and you exclude other parts of the country arrogantly, and then go ahead because you have a group of parliamentarians who see themselves as political errand boys whose job it is to serve dinner on the table of the executive. And I want to tell you this: Nigerians have already accepted that the President Muhammad Buhari does not have the capacity to run the country. That one is not in doubt. But now, what about the Senate and the Rep? When did Ahmed Lawan and when the lawmakers allow Ahmed Lawan and Femi Bajabamla to reduce the once vibrant National Assembly? Is this not the National Assembly for the likes of Okadibo, Kenan Namani, the likes of Galina Abba, the likes of Aminu Tambo and Ihedio, the likes of Bankole? How did they reduce the House of Rep to become a house of hallelujah, whereby anything the president have concord in his dreams, they approve it? This parliament has approved for Mr. President to borrow 850 billion naira from the domestic market. It's not even up to 2-3 weeks. This same parliament has approved for Mr. President to take $3.5 billion. This over $1 trillion from IMF. It's not even up to a month. This same parliament has also approved other borrowing plans that is almost close to $5 billion. Now, yesterday, day before yesterday, they now rushed and approved $5.5 billion in less than 1 hour, approved $22.7 billion in less than 1 hour. And 80% of this project that is tied to this borrowing plan that is over 15 trillion, none of them will be able to repay the loan. They are not economic viable. So when you borrow $22.7 billion, $5.5 billion for consumption, and then invest in projects that some of the rail lines, some of them are not economic viable. Now, instead of taking rail lines, if it's rail line that goes to Kano, part of Lagos, part of Port Harcourt, or Nichano, it's better. Then you go and build rail lines that at this particular moment of economic hardship will not be able to repay the loan. And some of these rail, they have not been able to tell Nigerians the details of the commission rate. The moratorium they're talking about is 4, 5, 7 years, which is very close. And then we are still going to pay almost 5% as interest rate on some of this money. So at the end of the day, Nigeria will not be able to meet up with its payment obligation. And what does that tell you? More economic problem. The naira is going to start losing value. There's going to be a lot of confusion. And these things are not creating jobs. And that is why you said that the president cannot do this job. But there's checks and balances, which is the parliament. How did we get to a parliament that will have a parliament that anything the president brings, the parliament pass it? And that was why we raised the objection. Like we said, Femi Bajamiamila, having been convicted by the Supreme Court of State of Georgia, that he is a man that has been indicted for dishonest act. Dishonest is a serious offense. He's unfit for any public office. Now you sneak into this country and you get yourself to the parliament. These documents were brought to public view. Today he's fighting opposition. It's because we refuse to compromise that struggle. Because we believe we must continue to fight. Even if members of House of Rep are under juju or whatever, they should free themselves and do the right thing. And because we resisted the emergence of Femi and that gang, and we said the reason was very simple. The reason we gave was very simple. We said, when you have a speaker that have been indicted for dishonest act, completely convicted by the Supreme Court of State of Georgia, we have the CTC, that having been elected speaker, that he will not have the balls to stand up against a rampaging democratic dictator like president.
He doesn't even have the right to be a speaker in this country. This man is a convict. Especially, nobody said they should kill him or hang him. No, he's not qualified. He's a dishonest person. I mean, it continues with him. It goes with him. I know, people have skeletons in their cupboard, but the point is, when you are not in the public service, it does not really matter. But for you to take up a public office responsibility, especially you have to speak when it involves money, left, right, and center. First of all, it is something that is what is happening in the zoo, and that is why the zoo can never survive. We are Biafrans. We are going our way, no matter what they say, no matter how much they try, they cannot stop what we are doing. We have a leader who is very vibrant. We have a vibrant leader who is very knowledgeable in what he's doing, and we are following him through. There is no way anybody can stop us. They will try, definitely, because it's not going to be easy for them. Neither is it easy for us too. But we are getting there. Biafra is our thing, and that's it. Let me take a few minutes to answer your calls, because I can see that some people want to call in. Unfortunately, we have just 15 minutes to go, so when you call, please make sure that you don't really take too much time greeting. Just go straight to the point and whatever you want to do. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. The number is 64692045415 5703528442 plus 192940699953. That's the principal officer's line and the ladies. Call us. Alright, I have a call coming in. Caller, good morning. Caller on WhatsApp, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon, my veteran.
Welcome to the program.
I'm Chimaije. I'm calling from Oka.
Yeah.
I don't have much thing to say. When some people call you on this platform, everybody's anger tend to, rise. The epinephrine is very, very high. So, but no problem. Everybody has to carry his or her epinephrine down. So, we are not running anywhere. We are in this almighty mess together because here now, I think we are more queer sins.
Yes.
So it's just like Yeshua, like our leader used to say. When he was there, his father doesn't even, Yeshua's father, which is Joseph, he's not even a big carpenter. He's the one that repairs this Oche na kitchen. So nobody believed in him. And I say, look at this, look at that. Joseph and can't one name of the money they took. So that is it. It's just like to our leader. So for thank God that everybody is now waking up. Even the man that said, I don't know how he got to United States, which visa that did he use? Yes. That man, I want that man. I know you people should find that man, his name, to tell him what is happening in Biafra land, so that man will be, as in he'll be crying by now, because that man did not even know, as in, I don't know what entered that man. I don't know whether it is a spirit of, in fact, it is devil spirit that entered into that man. That man was talking rubbish. I don't know how you got out from the zoo and came to United States, come here to tell us to go and fight war. Now this is the one at your doorsteps, and you are crying, shouting, IPOB, come on, what no you know say. When you see some more and see cut it. It's here. If you don't fight the war, they will bring the war to your doorstep. So now the war is here. What are we doing? Dangote is becoming monopoly in business. You can hear. So they want to just give him, go and be refinery. Only his refinery will be selling petrol to us. Now you people, if lefus, what are you people doing? The only thing you know how to shout. Mazi did this. He's not talking well. He has to political correct. All that rubbish. Look at what just occurred. That came out from cell. Nana was campaigning. That man is in he wrote. Look at everybody just messing up.
Thank you.
But thank God,
that's right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you. All right. We have another call coming in on straight line. Let me take this one. Call on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, Peters. Mechuku Okikada, bless you. Bless the hope and soul officers of IPP who are working assiduously to restore the kingdom of God. And bless our leader, the savior of my time, Mazi Nnamdi Okukalo, Ngozi Chukwu, nke Biafra. Name is Chinemerem Obiuku. I come from Abaje. Abaje is in Wangele, the good government, where they call Imo State because that's not like Imo State. My brother, our director is dead, is a savior. Anybody who doesn't like it, let that go and die.
Yes.
This is what Mazi Nnamdi saw since, my brother, these things have started since 1990. That those men call themselves elder. My brother, I used to tell some people that call we don't have elder. Let me tell you, my brother, that is the fact. Because if that we have elder, why not those people call them the elders of Igbo land? Know that they have relations in Benue. They have relations in the cover in North. We don't have anybody that said that he's an elder in Igbo land. May God punish him. Elder without knowledge, elder without brain. Nobody, we don't have elder. If that Mazi Nnamdi did not come out for this call or to go Kadema call, my brother, we have gone. Yeah. We have gone. People are living in iniquity. To say that they are rich, they are intellectual. My brother, nobody will stop this press. Is the agenda of God.
Yes.
This struggle indeed is the kingdom of God on earth. What is playing out now shows that yes, Biafra is the kingdom of God on earth, and Biafra is the garden of Eden where God starts with humanity, and God wants his people to go back in the garden, and we must be there. No Jupiter, no evil will stop it. No matter what the British government are doing, at end Britain will fall. I pray that one day this God who heaven and earth will destroy Britain because they have done a lot of evil. British government has done a lot of evil. My brother, may Elohim bless you. Bless your family. Bless anybody that working assiduously with clear hand, clear heart to restore the kingdom of God and end it. Biafra must surely come. My brother, Mazi, may Elohim bless you.
Bless you too. All right, thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Line is still open at 646-920-4541, 570-352-8442. We have +1 929-406-9953 is the line for the principal officers and the ladies. Keep calling us. The line is still open for you. All right, I have a call on the principal officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good morning, and God bless you.
Welcome to the
My
program.
name is my man Ugo Onyejaka. Mazi, I am the national PRO of IPOB here in United States, and I reside here in Washington, D.C. I am from Amibo. Amibo is Nolo. Amibo is the home of Dick Tiger, and Amibo is the home of King Jaja. Mazi, I thank God Almighty for Onyendu that God have given us in this hour, and I thank all the principal officers. Mazi, as I was watching the television news in Nigeria, that is via the Facebook, then I saw when they were just interviewing one Fulani guy, and then they were asking the man about the Fulanis, and the man was making it very clear that the Fulanis of all the Africans are Nigerian residents. They are Nigerians. You know, it is true that they find themselves anywhere, but Nigeria is their home. This is what this Fulani man said. And this is something that we've been saying, that these Fulanis, they have an allegiance to the Fulani nation of the Africans before they can talk about Nigeria. Nigeria only want to use Nigeria just to, make money. And this is the reason why all the people that have the strategic position in Nigeria are the Fulanis from West Africa. If you check them, even from Brutai to all of them, most of them, all of them, none of them is a Nigerian resident. So all the money, what they are in Nigeria is to suck out all the money, get anything they can get. This is the reason why they have hijacked the petroleum. Look at our oil. That is why they have hijacked, because this is the place that we make our money from. They put their people in all strategic position, from the senator to the presidential to all the service chiefs. That is the Fulanis. So what do they have conquered us already? And it is left for the indigenous people in this contraction called Nigeria for them to realize that they have been exploited. This is not something that they're playing game, because they know how to play this game very well. The politics. Now, Yoruba against the Biafrans, or Aduna against the Biafrans, Middle Belt against the Biafrans, or even the Hausas against the Biafrans. This is the game they've been playing. All this game is just to confuse us. The only primary people that are gaining from Nigeria is the Fulanis. Look at Dangote. Everything they did is a monopoly for Dangote. And this is the source. He is the man that are sponsoring them. Go and see all the military people, all the head of state that have ruled Nigeria. All of them, they have their interest in that Dangote. Dangote is just a place that they put their money and they launder the money. This is what it is. So it's not that Dangote is an individual that is very rich or a billionaire, because this is the richness of all the head of states, all the people that have ruled Nigeria. So Mazi, please, I want to clarify something. There is an issue that happened yesterday, when I announced, some people were saying that I was, inviting the Hausas to come and join Biafra, or inviting the Middle Belt people to join Biafra. No, I didn't invite them. It's just like when you have a house. If you are a home and if you are from this family, then definitely you are from the family. If somebody coming to join your family, no, there is no way the person can join the family. The person can contribute to the family. That doesn't mean that the person is going to join the family. So what I did was, I was saying that for all the indigenous people that find themselves in that contraction called Nigeria, if you are here in United States, and then you know that the preaching and the gospel of Nnamdi Kanu is making an impact in you, and what he's saying is the truth. I say, if you want to donate to Biafra, you can donate, and we can accept your money. That is what it is. So, if you want to listen to Nnamdi Kanu, you can go to our community radio, which is IPOB Community Radio app, and download it. This is what I told them. I said, okay, if you are in United States and then you want to join this, you want to, contribute to Biafra, then you can go to our website, and our website is very simple: www.ipobinusa.org. www.ipobinusa.org. Please download our radio app, IPOB Community Radio app. Just download it. That is the only thing that I'm saying. Mazi, we said again that we are not going to this October 1st. There is nothing like October 1st. That is what you have said. We said everybody have to sit down, just like our Onyendu have said. And this is what I was saying. So my brothers, all the people that misunderstand me, I am very sorry. It is not my intention just to mislead anybody. So Mazi, thank you and God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you, my brother. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls here at 646-920-4541-570-3528-442 +1 929-406-9953. All right, let's see if I have any call coming in. Yeah, I have a call coming in on Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program. We are almost time goes, so you just rush it and let's go.
Thank you very much. My name is Chukwu Emmanuel. I am a native of Israel by the states, Biafra land. I greet my leader. I greet our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. I greet all principal officers of IPOB all over the whole world. Every day, when this man comes to a stage, you learn so much. Like last night, it was wonderful. Let me talk on the Do election. For a pastor to go to Sokoto so that they will anoint him as a Muslim to become a pastor. So to become a Muslim, it is very, very, very unfortunate that Nigeria has turned upside down to that stage. For some people claiming to be a man of God, because of money, they will change automatically to be a Muslim, to go and steal and to loot, because everything about Nigeria is stealing and looting. That is what one Nigeria is all about. I'm grateful for our leader for opening the yard of Nigeria for the whole world to see the nakedness of Nigeria all over the whole world. Nigeria is a country that is not supposed to exist anymore because of the evil they are creating to the people that is living in that contraction. Look at how they are approving money left and right, stealing left and right, and people inside the country are dying. Just what type of country is this? And some people are still living inside saying that they are one Nigeria. How useless are this country? I'm sorry for all of you who are Sabotua, who want to be a slave because of money. How many years are you going to live on earth and you'll die? The thing you destroy will be waiting for your children and unborn generation. The mistake we made, the mistake Azikiwe made, is what we are suffering today. We are not about to suffer if Azikiwe did the needful during his own time. But he has made it and leave it for us, and we are suffering. And some people before now are still collecting money to save their people and save themselves. It is quite unfortunate. that we got ourselves to that extent. But before I close down, I want to make it clear, October 1st, our leader has said it. Everybody must go inside his house. Nobody should celebrate anything, nothing to celebrate as far as Nigeria is concerned. What British did on October 1st is to give us to Fulani to suffer forever. But unfortunately, our leader has come. Iko Kikabiama has sent this man to liberate his people. And that is where we are now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Ndeo.
for the effort you have given to your people.
Thank you so much.
Biafra.
All hail Biafra. All right, all hail Biafra. This is Radio Biafra. We have, yes, my brother just reminded me about October 1st. We're sitting at home. We're not going out of our homes. Our children, make sure that they don't leave homes. They stay in their houses. There's nothing to celebrate. They don't go out there and put them in the hot sun over nothing. Carrying the flag that you know is bad luck, the flag that will tie them down forever and ever and ever. So let's keep it in mind that October 1st is quite around the corner. I think I have to make a jingle for that to be able to air it every day for you guys to really know that that day is a sit at home. We're going to sit at home. Sit at home. In other words, what we mean by sit at home is that our children will not let them out to go to school on that day because there's no reason why they should go to school. There's no point. There's nothing they're going to get over there. So let the Fulanis go out there and parade in their field and shake hands. I mean, because they don't go to school, so the school even if you ask them to go and parade, they don't have kids at school that will go out there. But our own Biafran children, for God's sake, parents should make sure that their children are kept at home on that day, 1st of October. They're not going anywhere. Our leader has said it, and that's the way it's going to be. All right, from here we have to shut down at this time. I've locked down the phone lines. We can't take any more calls, unfortunately. My brothers, the time is up, and we have to make room for Radio Biafra USA 1 that is coming in. Tomorrow is another day. We'll have a longer time tomorrow because I'm not going to have to repeat any program tomorrow. We'll start from the beginning to the end, so you have enough time to say whatever you want to say. From me to you, it's goodbye, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Please stay tuned, don't go away, because Radio Biafra USA 1 is coming in. From here, it's goodbye.
You don't record under whose you don't record under whose
what we are as a people, they came to insult us, they came to laugh at our faces, they came to experiment with us. Nigeria is the result of an abominable experiment of God in the creation of the zoo. Nothing whatsoever.
The history of a people, I repeat, is like the stream of life from which the character form and
I know this right here. But I'm gonna take us to a place real quick. Show me what you got. Here we go.
Your brother, I got mine. It's just the love I put together. When you say you love me, it don't mean nothing. If you can, you be there like you used to be. I'm searching for the words to make you realize that I really want you to stay.
see, Baba Africa is.
Oh, you see?
How are you feeling?
Oh, my gosh, I want to know. Pop City.
Come on, come on, man.
Yo, man, how far? If I go the money, memo transfer. I only lay your real chap. Nekenika one nigga sagari bastard. Ibrezi botano manebu panda. If I'm gonna lick it up with money spender. Mama get no village at Tasaki no Panakarachu waka game message bego no nana. Bankete, if I got them, Obro Hebus of a moto nebuzeruna park. Obro Hebus of Bopos on nebuzeruni simiri mi koroni koro no matter how fast you run. I got me buro to so pujero pini bonyanyera mondo na kuno banoniro. Uwanka self. 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 Pini bonyanyera mondo na kuno banoniro. Uwanka self.
They are going to kill us. They will be striking any moment from now. Awusha is going to decimate us. That time you'll be running around saying, oh, it is too late because of your inbred stupidity and crippling ignorance. Today you remember you have a traditional ruler to come out to Kulob to be campaigning. Oh, we no go agree, oh, we no go agree because of prisoners. We work out early in the morning, around maybe 4:30. Wait until 7 o'clock. And we'll sit here. And people are useless. You think you have sense? Do you have sense? No. Where is the sense? Is anybody stopping the demolition of your shops in Lagos? The answer is no. You think you're smart? No, you don't know anything. You don't understand how world politics work. Igbo people are so ignorant, they don't know history. Let me tell them one thing this evening. History will always repeat itself. If you have that in mind, you will know that they will kill you again. I will suffer about you again. Maybe that time you start begging. Not Nyamini was they call you Nyamini. You're begging for blood to drink.
You're almost
nalingi yo na motema sala malamu moninga ndeko ya Kongo sala gentil na sangwe mingi po tosolola na yo ponga na yo toyebana pesanga longonya ya zolo na miso ya kolalisa Doris isuka ya liwa na ngai yawa motema ebongi te ye nalingi yo na motema sala malamu moninga ndeko ya Kongo sala gentil na sangwe mingi po tosolola na yo ponga na yo toyebana pesanga longonya ya tolo na miso ya kolalisa orisi suka ya liwa na ngai yawa motema ebongi te
will salute. Good morning, my people. No matter where you dey, we dey greet. We don't come before our Chukwu Kikabiama, the maker, the person will make us, to thank him. No matter how things be, we gotta thank you. We gotta bow before your face. We gotta bow and they thank you. No matter how things go, you dey look after us. Now we be the ones we know they pay attention for the things where you dey show us. You don't give us our leader Mazi Nnamdi. We thank you properly. We dey pray, guide him. Make you give him the strength where he go take. They do the thing. Make him no fall for road. Make him no sick. Make something no go knock him food. Bless him, Chukwu Okike Abiama. We dey beg you. Now so we dey beg, make you help all them people where they help our leader. Water don't pass Gary. Chukwu Okike Abiama. Our people don't foolish pass fool. Not be say them fool really. Now say they don't make them tired. They don't beat them so they no fit work, they no fit talk. Make you give us that strength, that power where we get before. So that we go say Enyimba. And when we say Enyimba, we no say na Enyimba Enyi, they talk. No matter the crime where we commit, Chukwu Okike Abiama. No matter how we miss road, we dey beg you. Water don't pass Gary. Now this we dey beg in your name. He say, my people, Biafrans and no Biafrans. Today, na September 17, 2020, when they hear a voice from Radio Biafra, USA, with the reach you now through Radio Biafra London. All of us, they under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the director of Radio Biafra, our leader. My name, Mazi Alozie. Now waiting the happen. Plenty. No say we not start today. The thing begin making younger. So talk no talk. Push them here, push them there, like push moto. You know that time where the drive gongoro. Una no know this one. Why? Una no. You get the time. That time, the road no get korota. You get korota. You go drive and you go gum. You go enter gallop. You go do gum. When I work, they call them gongoro. And the thing be say, when you go come die, you go call people. Hey, come help me. You go push motor. You push them. That's so we dey push motor. That's so we dey push ourselves. For the thing where our leader talk yesterday, I cry. Say he still they get me for bone. If na cause wey dey cause us, Chukwu Okike Abiama, abeg, uncause us. No matter where give us the cause. I don't know if you go say na Biafra so, or you go say na the Oduduwa so, or you go say na the Middle Belt, or you go say na Black Africa. Whichever way they look am, whichever way they look this thing, especially Biafra land. I cried yesterday when our leader they talk. You know good though. You know good. My people, I they tell you now. I they tell you now. Una think say na joke. If your life no good for you, you go die. You know be say that thing wey we dey fight say go kill me today. You go kill me today. You go kill me today. This is not be that one. This one be say you go kill me today and you go die. You not giving back them with the die. Now wetin happen to our people? You no get choice. You no get choice than to stand for your right. I tell them the other day, say not be that time when we say we be south, we be this, we be that. Now we don't sabi. We don't sabi. Now you sabi. We say we don't sabi. Now what we go do? The palava we dey for that zoo is plenty. Biafra, the Yamanis, Biafrans, the Biafrans, the Ibua, the whatever the dialect you speak. Make you wake up. Do you know get how people go come talk for back, how they go kill you? They don't begin practice them. They don't begin to do them. Not be today they start them. You don't do when they start, they kill you. Now waiting there for your blood, now waiting there for your brain. Waiting be that way there for your brain when you must say, what I don't pass carry. Who go defend you? Now who go defend you? You know be Samson, no? You know be Samson. How many then they come fight you? Now how many then they come fight you? Instead you go bring your brothers over, make we go fight them back. You dey leave one man. They put strain. You don't sacrifice everything for your nonsense, for your nonsense pride. Enyanga. How much you know they pay Nnamdi Kanu? How much? Don't go to where nobody they pay, now be the billionaire pass everybody. They come through. Make you look the common sense. Make you look at the common sense. When you say you be Biafra, you be Oduduwa, you be middle bed. Small people, small population. Our brokers where we they talk the thing where they do for defense. Minister of Defense na Fulani, we they sing them like song, nobody they pay attention. Bank na Fulani. You remember when this year was there, he did there, then catch him. Oh, you don't thief money, you don't thief money. Then go bring Okonjo-Iweala. Oh, you don't thief money, you don't thief. You see how them play Okonjo-Iweala like say na draft. Una they look to na kuru eye. Ndi Igbo, ndi Biafra. Una they take una eye, kuru they look am. Then busy with our daughters for office. Oh, go bring that Yoruba person, come put for office. Now what happen? You know, people then take and come out. And then they do and say now West and Yoruba. Fulani, they take position. justice. Then look and say, na Biafra, take and come out. Na Southana, take them. Then they go bring Tanko, put them there. Now what we do? You know, bring them back tomorrow. We go set everything fire. You know, bring them tomorrow. Hey. You know, bring them tomorrow. We go set fire. We not bring them tomorrow. The thing quench like fire. The quench. Quench like fire. What do we do? We come for TV, come television, come speak grammar. They will grammar. Our problem, Manyanga. Trouble the sleepy, Yanga to go wake up. You see trouble therefore under your face, you they make Yanga the person. But this time the trouble don't wake. Your Yanga no degree you. She say don't wake up. Your Yanga no degree you say this man no dey play joke. Fulani all over West Africa, come for your land, come for your papa backyard, come tanda, come there. You dey tell me say you I don't care, but the thing is say whether you like am or you no like am, you go care. Make una dey talk about Nnamdi Kanu. Jealousy. Now wetin make you see say, look, the thing why they talk be say when you know achieve something and somebody else go achieve something, make you know concern na you, that na thief. So it make you look good. You go tell your boss say the assignment wey you give we don't finish them, but the day wey dem dey do am, you know dey there. You don't take permission say your girlfriend is sick, and we don't do a finish for sick say you can't take the glory. And leave am for me, I go do am. Leave am for me, I go do am. Nobody do am. Now it be like say we that day about 5 or 6 for house. It's time to wash plate don't reach. Monica lick the plate, he no wash am. He dey wait for Andrew. He no wash am. He dey wait for Obinna no wash am. He dey wait for Chika no wash am. He dey wait for Maurice to wash am. Maurice no wash am. He dey wait for why you to wash am. Now there they give the plate, nobody go wash am. The plate there. Nobody go wash am. And when mama don't cook finish here, where the plate? The plate will never wash. What will happen? But the thing is, when one person go take time wash and finish, go cover and put the face down, make it dry. It's a blue plate. We don't wash the plate though. We don't wash them. Now we. The time one person they cry, they wash them, nobody see them. Now mama say bring plate, everybody will bring there because they take tell of your eye, they watch when you do wash them. Wickedness in those use. Now that's the thing they start. Cheat. Make I no come out from the thing where we dey talk. But now the thing where we dey talk, now be the thing where we dey talk. My people, we get problem. I'm sorry for our leader. I'm sorry for our leader. I know what thing I dey talk. this man yesterday for the thing wey make tears come from my eye. Make una look at Halibudu, or make una look all over Biafra land. Look all over the zoo. Now only one people they cause the katakata, the Fulani. And our leader come make the brokers the arithmetic. We say we get professors and doctors and engineers with the build engine. We get the repairers with the repairanya. We say we they get the professional analyzers. We say they be economy and the banker. See the two way they do our professionals. See them. Take your teeth, they count your tongue. Take your teeth, how many teeth you get, and not only one tongue you get. Make sure say all the teeth touch your tongue. But now the tongue now go to move. Because that tongue now be doing we get all the things we go take the move to touch the teeth. Now the situation where our leader there. One eye, now where you get. One eye. I go see how you go preserve that your one eye. I go see him. Waiting there for your boy, we go say, why Mazi the Kano? Who be you? Why no go be now? You did there, you never talk am. You did there, you never get up say this not the way they happen. Nobody across Africa, across Biafra land, we don't stand up say this not injustice. This not the two way no fit happen. We not go stay the watch and make it there happen. But one person, all the Africans we stand up say this not injustice. They kill them. They kill them. They take them own brothers, kill them. And who be them? Not the Moibos. I go back, I go ask you, say, what will they do? Now waiting will I say what they do? Where come make me vex? Where I come really come say something no good. Now how you go be educated? You say you go University of Nsukka via a square, your secondary grammar. And you tell me you be Chancellor of this Chika. And that's such a decade 2 year comma. Then you come put a full stop. You they take your eye, they look at the cheating where then they cheat you. You look at the killing where then they kill you. Nothing where they push you and say now waiting they happen. Rara Irony. You sabi the thing where they talk. If you know sabi the thing where they make you go get the apple. When you go make cassava where they make part of the food. Go push them like say you won't move them. When you wait, you say when you move and you know fit move and what thing happen, you go back to where there. You go push them, try to carry them from the top. Once you leave your hand, you go back to where there. So then you go come get with the people who go come help you when I go manage move them. Now so we there. Our leader don't talk, push, pull, shout. Curse. They curse us. We don't like the way where they talk to us. You know, no say the master's degree. You know, no say the professor. You know, then go push you. You go back to where they. After all, I'm a politician. Look on our people, look on our brothers, look all of them. They say they for Senate. Chineke meru nebere. They know the talk. They say for judiciary. I feel I need to take them play draft. You will link boom, chop, it's body but chop. You chop. Then the man go come go. Bye. Come, or ya crown them. Ew. Then you go come take one, the only one way you get little come slap them for top. You say, yeah. Make you waka, make I see you. Once you miss, you say, wait. You get somebody who do it to me the time where we small. If to say not be saying that time when we there for church, Chineke, who be Chineke there for man. I forgive and one blow 7 apples for face. The man come that now which kind man will be boss then small pool boss where the chopaka. I know say they don't tell where this boy they play this thing. Each time I push one okay, they think again, and we can't do the one way we do that day. I vex for 2 days I no talk to them. The man can't go enter go say. Each time I say what? I go say wait. You know the thing where they are just push the ball to come out. Now the situation where we there. Now the situation where we there. Today na 17 September. Yesterday na 16 September. You soon I see that broadcast our leader make yesterday. When I hear him properly. If you think say you hear him, go back. Make you go back. Go listen to that broadcast again. Go back. Go listen to that broadcast. If you think say you hear him. And some people go say, what do you mean? Do you think I'm stupid? I know hear him. I know say you know stupid. And now so we claim everything we claim. Now so we claim everything where we claim. But when night come, morning come, we still there where we there. We still there do the thing where we they do. Now who go come wake us up? If all the things where our leader talk, we no wake up. Now who go wake us up? Now waiting there. Now waiting there happen. I am starting from this evening with what Pa Ayo Adebanjo said. He granted an interview and he was asked a simple question. What is your take on the issue of power rotation? Pa Ayo Adebanjo was asked. Review the constitution and every other thing will follow. Now be the answer. Pa Adebanjo said. Review the constitution and every other thing will follow, he said. What Pa Adebanjo was trying to say is that Nigeria as a nation is a fraud. People believe in the South. Before you become a president, you need to go to the south, to the north, and bow your head to the Fulani. Some of them wear bandage in their head. ask you, say, you think, say, you listen to our leader yesterday, make you, this thing where our leader talk, now, if you no get them, people believe in the South, before you become a president, you need to go to the North and bow your head to the Fulani. Some of them wear bandage in their head. Abi not be true. Abi not be so it be. And you say you be one Nigeria, the Constitution. Britain reached census because they want some sets of idiots to be in power. Don't Ohaneze, Pandef, and Afanifere know that the zoo was fraudulently put together? Of course, you know. That is why I call you people zoo. Kumeku fought against the white Oduduwa fought, but Janjaweed saw the white man and rolled over. And Britain said, oh, here comes a loyal servant. Britain knows that elections are being rigged in the zoo. Hope Uzodinma was the final insult. Our job here is to expose their limited intent and the abundance of their stupidity. Grandmothers are listening. Let me turn on this English so everybody can hear. Some of you that claim to be educated, I need to ask you this question. Are the judiciary and all the government positions not in the hands of the Fulani? Umuokoko. Now here, I can't begin melt like ice. The worst graduate is the graduate from the University of the Zoo. Pastor Iyamu from Edo State went to the north to get power in order to be governor. This is the truth. Facebook don't want the world to hear, but here we preach it. That in the stupidity of a black man, everyone wants to fill his stomach. Oshomole, who is Lamu's godfather, came out to say that Pastor Iyamu is a fraud. Fraudster and a criminal who calls himself a pastor and is using church to deceive people. I have the name of the person who poisoned Dora Akinyulu, and I will release it soon. An Igbo man and his wife killed Dora Akinyulu because she said that Yoruba Yaradua died. An Igbo man and his wife killed Dora Akunyili because she said that Yaradua died. All this your PVC nonsense, Fulani decides who goes and who don't. Igbo man, you know, Monday I talk about Edochie and his movie, and I think I don't know the thing where they talk. Our leader, there was a movie that was made by Pete Edochie. Do you know that they gave money to Edochie to make that movie? And I can assure you that if given money, more money, he will do one for IPOB. Now you see, Igbo man, when I tell you, see, I met like ice yesterday. wetin be our problem? No common sense. The full animal can think. Maybe now make them the rule us. Maybe finally we don't decide, say we no get that brain where we think we get. Now only to go book come back. Common simple sense we no get them. You see the thing where they do Zaki, the thing where they do your people, and the same thing where they do Zaki, and then they go compare you where be woman to make movie. You go take money, make movie, and you come begin sit down for here. They speak Oyibo. I don't know who you they speak. With this nonsense Oyibo done too much. Sometimes I feel like say we go ban them. Sometimes I think when Biafra we go ban this Oyibo, ban them complete. You go just speak and suffer. So for you to pass the road, go do your business, come back. Your dialect now be official dialect. To show how foolish we be, begin to talk Oyibo. Somebody they kill your fellow human being, like they kill your brothers and sisters, and then somebody go come pay you money to come project an image, say him be the righteous person, and you go take money, make the movie. And to tell you, say, the two I tell you, say, we don't finish. When the movie come out, people go watch it. Just like them, all the two way they do for Hollywood na sex movie. Na all. Na him. Go bring one tomorrow. Now I love you, you love me. Your husband go work, you go bring your boyfriend enter. Now the nonsense corruption with them, they corrupt our young girls. Our people were small children. And you want me to respect you? I'm not going to respect you. You make you go to hell with your movie. Look at the movie where they talk. Go say you don't look at Hollywood movie. Na sex. Your husband enter, don't turn to a wife. This man don't come, he don't take position. Oh, your get man na the waiting na the portray. We don't decay, we don't rot, we don't rot to finish. That family where we know, there, go there again. Go there again. Look the movie where give common sense. Look at now where if na Fulani they tell you that if you make them they go chop off your hand. No, we want to be Oyibo. And the one where they vex me, you go see somebody way ugly, way pass a papo. You go come even they make they act like say the other person not the person. Dangote, they don't close on a border. You don't pass a year where they close on a border. Certain border from Oduduwa to Okreka, they don't close them. To Wari, they don't close them. Nothing they come in, nothing they go out. But the border for not open. All the refineries we wanna get, all of them close. All the airports we wanna get, all of them close. All the road we wanna get, all of them good for Gongoro. And only one person they import. Oh, you know the import broken. Close. Go chop nama. Then they bring nama, they bring sote, then go come destroy now on a crop. And the one where they vex me say when person die, Igbo Biafrans, make una think twice. Before now one person die, now morning, now what would they do? The area where you go kill, or some way they kill Nketa to show remorse, to show the mourn, then go divide them for the village, the men where they there. If na man die, then go come begin take them, then go count all the kids, no matter how small it be. No matter how small, now so then go cut and everybody go get one. Now there the case end, everybody could go home. Now when person die, the money wey no dey wey you never see since you go the person die, the money go come out. The money go come out. Then you go sell land. Make you see, make you look the way we dey take. Then you go sell the land where the people wey dey alive go take survive. Then you go sell them to bury somebody wey don die. Because now so the other person do. Our hands no equal. Now be that unnecessary competition. Atomatuaka. When somebody will get a position to do something, do it. Respect that person. Not be jealousy. Jealousy, they destroy something. Jealousy, they make you kill. Jealousy, they make you hate somebody will no hate you. Jealousy, they make you know they see. Now so it be. The country where you say you be your country, now be number 3 in the whole world for terrorist organization, and now be your government. Now them be your government. The whole world, the zoo is number 3 in the terrorist country, number 3, and they see them for your street. Now waiting, the inspector of the police said, if you come out, come protest October 1, say your condition no good, they will deal with you ruthlessly. And that na democracy. All the army where them they train, now where them they take the army go? Now for only the zoo, and I go ask you again, who get that army? Now who them be? Now who they arm them? Fulani, waiting be the population. They come from all over West Africa to come for the zoo. Now zoo then go make them home. And now your backyard, then go live. They don't begin make the boundary for your backyard. But your eye they look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. See the two way talk here. Now I want everyone to clap for the zoo. They have made it to the number 3 of the most terrorized state in the whole world, over and above Somalia. We don't better pass do. They don't better pass the zoo. I want the world to understand, when somebody comes near to you and say they are a Nigerian, please spit in their face, because they are lower than animal. In Aba, people were being arrested this evening and nobody will see it. Extrajudicial killing going on. I am going to hold the Abia State prosecutor and the chief judge responsible. We are going to build Biafra in such a way that even the angels will love to come and visit. A warning to every family. If we find out that your son or daughter is with DSS arresting our people, we'll find you. I don't believe in building cabals. Nobody is a favorite in IPOB. Everybody is a favorite. And and the one way make everybody understand, we say we don't have volunteers in abroad. If you want to serve in our volunteer, you must go back home. Now there, the trouble there. Our people, if you no understand, if you no see the gift where Chukwuokike Abema don't give you for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know any other thing where you ask for. I don't know any other thing where you want. They don't close on a border. Everything where they do, they don't do and finish. They want you to be chopping nama. They don't want you to chop obroko. They don't want you to do anything. But the food where you don't plant, all the things where the crop they don't destroy them. Now then they tell you, say, now the one where you plant, now where you go chop. How you go chop the thing where you no get? I beg. But when I say una sabi, make una see how una sabi. Make una see people wey shame the catch. Oduduwa, the ball don't reach your goal post. Middle belt, the ball don't reach you now. Goal post. Biafra, una know where the ball there. I go see how these three people are the column people. I go see how middle belt, Biafra and Yoruba good day, Fulani from West Africa go come take them land. Shame on all of una. Make the hatred say na Iboni. Make it consume you. Then your hatred go consume you when the Fulani man go come take over the land. Middle belt, and I don't apologize for the crime we will commit. Kill over 3 million Biafrans, children. That time don't pass. Now I know. We accept them. We accept. We not go to throw them for our face, but they happen. Not true. Not the two will happen. But for sake we go move forward. We not go to bring these things, but make it that they remember, so that it not happen again. Time don't reach. If you go make a terrorist be your president, then you too you be terrorist, because if the two way then they do no good, why you know they say no good? Now when you want to open your mouth, they tell you, say, if you come out and demonstrate, we will deal with you. Which can government be that? But then they demonstrate the time where we let Buhari they demonstrate, nobody they can't deal with them. Now they don't stay for power, they tell you, say, you know how we get for power, we're not going to make una get there. But you know they understand. Our leader Jidekiji, make you no slumber. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Now so you body talking. Now we say make you they go, because you be man of integrity. You be man where when you tell us run, we go run. You tell us sit down, we go sit down. Because truth there for your mouth, brain there for your head. You know, go take and compare the people where then they use, where then they go Fabia. For Isiamafra, they go poison them. Then they call BBC. BBC Igbo service, they come talk through via the governor. We no fit to defend them people. Then they look. The same people, the BBC Igbo service, they no fit take camera. They no fit take the radio. Go for it, go see the people where they arrest Faba. We no do anything. They no see them. Now the same British nonsense. Naim we they kill ourselves. Chukwu Kikabiama. Now what we do? Make you help us. Today now what thing they happen? Your call. Now broken English or your vernacular. No Oyibo. If you go Bukrusite, you know fit to talk broken English. Where even some Oyibo don't learn, they speak them. Begin to learn them. Your dialect begin to talk them. Water, things don't spoil. And we go fix them. Now you and me go fix them. If you think say you're important pass every other person, I go sabi where you go live. Make una dey look in diaspora where you live. Make you dey look around, see the thing where they happen to black people. You too, you be black person. Nothing say it not go happen to you. You know the one way happened to that lawyer one time. We saying be like go live for where you don't know what. So they can ask and say, what to make you think say you fit live here? Make you sure say now here you live. The air where we breathe today say we in diaspora. I go warn you. Now government they determine, they decide. Just like they come build war for Mexico. Now so any president will wake up say our people confess. If you know where you come from, go back. You go live. You go. This now your opportunity to build your own home. Make you no live and say because you dey where they gave you status. Then you let your own rotten. What if the one where they give you no good, what you go do? You go now is alright. The call number +1 484 767 0848 +1 484 767 0848. Now waiting the happen. One man get refinery. All the refineries don't close them. Then they build modern refinery. Where the crude oil they come from? Where then they build the refinery? The refinery not there for where the oil they come from. The refinery they far away. You know they remember say they don't go bury big pipes. Where they carry the oil. They go for Dangote. Caller, your name and where they come from.
Mazi, I greet you.
Ndewo.
To my beloved brothers and sisters, fellow Biafra, when you say that, where you walk. Our God who is in heaven, our Papa who created everybody, we say he did this life, he will continue to bless. People we say they support a good team. My name now go. And the near they call from Enugu province, Mazi. They say
welcome.
We will continue to give glory to Chukwu Kikadiama. That God who that.
talk say this time around una no go destroy my people. And he can't send a savior. But the problem when we get is there so many of us that no even